Finally, holy shit. Are you guys here? Well, I'm gonna have to paste the new stream link because I'm a dumbass. Well, hopefully I'm allowed to swear in the stream, you know? Like, I don't really care if I, like, say stuff that's, like, probably not the best thing, but am I even streaming? Oh, fucking streaming, man. Sorry if I'm a bit agitated, stream, you know? Like, I don't really care if I, like, say stuff. Alright, I'm gonna just go for the new stream link. Yeah, I was just fixing some audio. This stream working? I am really curious to see if this is working. Hello? Is anyone here? I know I'm one of the people there. Oh, hey, sorry about earlier. If you noticed that, you know, the volume, the audio wasn't, like, working because basically people could hear, like, my echoes, unfortunately. It kind of stinks. No way. I'm just, like, by the way, if you notice, like, I'm in a different spot. Normally I record, like in the basement pretty much, but I'm here pretty much in my room where my computer is. I don't normally record here just because it's kind of messy and, you know, it's kind of distracting when I want to focus on my thoughts. But yeah, I'm just gonna try to figure out how this thing all goes together because I'm very new to the streaming thing. Like, you can tell this is my first time doing it. Like, clearly. Okay, how do I hide this? Okay, I guess it's fine. Oh, hey. Let me know if my audio is good. Earlier, my audio was, like, drowning. Like, you could hear me, like, repeating myself. I'm just gonna start introducing all of you, I guess. I know there was some names earlier, like, some of you joined earlier. I'm trying to remember, like, your names. But Fly Away, I think you just joined the stream. I'm pretty sure you weren't there when there was a disaster. Bro Dog, it's good to hear that you and Augustine can hear me. Sweet. Armor Ghost, welcome. I know you've seen a lot of my videos. I've saw a lot of videos in my comments. Yeah. Yeah, actually, I just realized, why am I wearing headphones? I'm not even, like, watching anything. Yeah, no green screen. I know, like, the setup is kind of ghetto, but let's be honest, though, my video setup is a lot worse. Like, a lot worse. Like, I don't really even care about lighting in the videos I do. The only reason why you think the lighting might be better here is because the window's right over here. So, yeah. Typically, this is actually where I usually just use my computer. And I know the angle isn't the best, but, you know, like, if I'm talking to you, it's fine. But as soon as I use my computer, you won't be able to see me fully. Oh yeah, actually, good idea. Maple syrup would be a great green screen. I think, like, I thought of doing something like this, where I just, like, talk to you, like, freeform. Like, I'm not sure, like, how, like, streams, like, what I'm actually gonna do, but basically, I guess each time I stream, I could, like, talk about a particular topic and do an activity and maybe a challenge. So, for example, like, in this stream, I'm thinking of, like, just, like, introducing, like, all of you to each other, because I know that you guys probably see each other in the comments, but you never really were in the same chat room, you know? I just want to sort of grow a community. And yeah. Honestly, I might even invite you guys here. This is kind of like a drawing board. Like, you guys can pretty much write or draw anything here. Because I'll try to keep up with the chat, but this is probably a lot easier. I'm not sure how to do this. At least you guys can see this, but you get the point. Who has access can view? Interesting. I can't make anyone edit. Well, I'll figure something out. Worst comes to worst, I'll just like talk, but it's interesting though how like I guess it's fine. I can share this possibly, but yeah, let me just check. Sorry, it's kind of hard to see the chat. I'm trying to figure. Oh, there we go. Yeah, I'm a lot more cheerful because like normally in my videos I just like when I get into the focus, when I focus on a particular topic about my life, I just get depressed. Like typically I don't really. Okay, the funny thing is that I usually distract myself, right? Like right now I'm sort of distracting myself on reality. Like I pretty much got work an hour ago. I just ate dinner, and typically like normally when I make these type of videos, I really take the time to really think about my past, like how I feel, and I immerse myself in my emotions when I'm making those videos. That's why you see me like really lost in my thoughts, tend to stutter a lot because I really want to make sure I don't forget the things that come to my mind when I say it. It's my race PC master race. I'm not sure what that means, but I'm in the Discord server. Yeah. I think for now I'm just gonna wait for more people to join because I said that I was gonna stream at 6 o'clock in the post in community, like, and I also like posted on Discord server too. So I probably won't do like anything yet. Like I'm gonna wait till the end until I do 100 push-ups. And you know what's crazy? Like I'm gonna be honest, I don't really work out. I feel like I can probably only do 50. Like maybe like 100 if I really try. But I'm doing it more for like fun and just like I guess to motivate some of you because like I know that some of you guys don't really work out. And the weird thing is that like I feel like for me, I'm able to do a lot of push-ups even if I don't work out at all. I feel like a lot of you underestimate a lot of you guys' strength as well. I feel like a lot of us are capable of doing it if we just put our mind into it. And what was my dinner? Oh, I just ate a chicken burrito, but the chicken tasted a bit off, so I didn't really finish the chicken burrito because yeah, I don't really want to get food poisoning. Yeah, it's actually the only thing that's unfortunate is that I'm not sure how to share this with you. It would be nice if you can just collaborate. You guys can share your ideas here too, like whiteboard. I guess I could publish community. Actually, I don't think that's gonna work. Oh, I'm dumb. I just need to move this file to like there we go. By the way, you guys probably never heard of Figma if you guys aren't a designer, but pretty much using this, you can pretty much invite people. It's kind of like Google Documents, right? You can like pretty much write our thoughts. You guys can paste stuff too. And pretty much if you have the link, you guys can do whatever you want. As long as it's appropriate, right? Not really looking forward to getting like, punishment from YouTube, but I'm sure you guys are all like very, mature. So I trust you guys. I'm planning on doing like maybe not one sitting because I feel like one sitting is too much. I feel like maybe like 25, so 4 sittings. But the thing is, I haven't really worked out. I'm gonna be honest. Like I procrastinate a lot. Oh, it's 9:05 p.m. for you. Oh, it's probably Eastern time then. For me, it's PST, and I told everyone 6 p.m. PST. So some of you guys can feel free to join this board, draw whatever you want. It's actually pretty easy to use. Like you just select the marker and you can just scribble like that. I think zooming out is control and the wheel button too. So you can also like just write your questions too with the text tool. So I'm gonna be doing a Q&A just for now, like for any questions. And like feel free to just ask any questions or just like if you have any topics you want me to cover and ask my perspective of, or just want to have a conversation, I'm down too. You guys can just type your thoughts in the comments, like chat. I'm just here just to like connect with you all because I feel like I never really done this before. I feel like it's interesting just to get other people's worldview because I feel like a lot of people I honestly wasn't really inspired by anyone to do streaming because well, obviously I watch a lot of streamers like on Twitch, like for esports, also like on YouTube, but I feel like there's not many streamers that actually like take the time to, listen to the audience and just, talk one to one. A lot of times it's just them playing games. So I kind of want to do something different. Kind of want to treat this almost like a Breadmasters. You know how like you're in Zoom call, like a meetup in a way, like online meetup, because I never really so you say you can do 120 max push-ups. Oh, that's actually quite a bit. Yeah, I think for me, I can't really do as much. I don't have as much muscle mass. Like I'll show you like how much muscle I have, but yeah, I'm quite skinny. You can see, like I'm pretty much a trig. I think I can do a guest account. I'm pretty sure. Let me just check. Oh, actually, no, you do not need an account. As long as you get the link. Actually, I'm gonna paste it on a Discord server. I know a lot of you are not in a Discord server too. Yeah, anyways, this is my Discord server. You guys, I really don't like advertising it, but yeah, basically, like, some people join it. But, disclaimer though, like, there are a lot of people going through tough times there. Like, I would say, like, majority of you probably won't need to even join it. It's just for people that want to, like, seek help and just connect more. But, really, that's just an option, honestly. We just usually just post a lot of deep stuff inside. And sorry if I'm not getting to everyone, because I know a lot of you are chatting and some of you are in the board. It's just like, this is my first time doing it, so I'm quite overwhelmed by the sheer amount of, stuff I have to, go through and process. I'm located in Canada. So if you've seen my previous videos, I explained how, like, the economy in Canada isn't great. I didn't really like working here. I feel like that's a massive cultural difference living in Canada than like an Eastern country like China, just because it's very divided here. Even though it's a multicultural country, it's a double-edged sword, because I find that there are certain tropes. People tend to hang around people with similar cultural backgrounds. Here in the Western society, people seem more closed in. It seems like it's less accommodating. You can't just walk to someone's house and you expect them to treat you like a neighbor. I guess that goes the same to United States, right? Like, nowadays, there's a reason why we lock our doors at night, right? Like, we don't really trust... Like, I feel like it goes without saying, like, you can't really trust a stranger in this type of environment. Like, yeah, I can speak Mandarin. I mean, I can speak a bit of Mandarin if you want me to speak it, but I mostly just speak English. Like, the only time I speak Mandarin is with my parents. Yeah, I believe so. Yeah, China has a 996 culture. I'm not exactly sure what exactly that means. You can elaborate, but I think I've seen that somewhere. Kelly, thank you so much for, like, your comment. Honestly means a lot, because honestly, I don't really want the stream to be about myself, right? I know that I thought of doing like gaming or like other stuff, but I feel like it's much more interesting when I'm just hanging out with you guys. Like I'm not expecting you guys to all be my friends. I know a lot of you watch my videos because you feel bad for me, you resonate with me in some way, or you relate to me, right? Like you're in the same situation. But for my videos, I know a lot of them can be very dark, right? They can be very negative. Like some people think that it's almost a bit too negative. But for me, I just want to express how I view the world currently, because I feel like I've definitely woken up this year before I sort of distracted myself, you know? I'm sure a lot of you also distract yourself as hobbies, right? You don't really tend to think in life. You just go and make a plan and indulge in like whatever like pleasures you have in life, whether it's like watching a show or playing games. Oh yeah, I think Asian countries, people tend to work, yeah, one day more. So honestly, yeah, that's why I tend to like be grateful sometimes, because I know there are people that work 7 days a week, right? I used to have a friend who worked in Alberta. He pretty much did like camp work and essentially what happened was that he had to work like, I think it's like 2 weeks on, 1 week off, and then the sad thing is that he can get randomly like his contract sort of ended like immediately, unfortunately. So like it's kind of risky doing like trades sometimes. He actually invited me to go back then, but I didn't end up going because I wanted like more of a stable income, and I'm doing this just for the meantime before I go back to school. But in terms of my favorite video game, I think there was actually many. The crazy thing is that like I don't know about you all, but for me, I feel like the memory that's attached to a video game is more precious than the video game itself. For example, when I did have friends back then, like a couple ones, like like when I was in elementary school, I used to come to one of my classmates' house, and we would play Mario Kart Wii, and we would also play like Wipeout, like a lot of games on the Wii and Xbox 360. But sadly, like he's not my friend anymore. But I think these are the type of memories that sort of still like kind of inspire me, because I feel like the memories of me playing a game is more precious than a game itself. I know, like, dude, you know what? Yeah, Green Gundam Iron. It's funny you said that. You know what's the funny thing is that, like, I feel like depending on my camera angle, I could look either like a freaking hermit or I could look, half decent, right? It's kind of annoying, like, how, like, people judge people by their first impression, right? Like, there's a reason why I don't really focus too much on my camera angle in my videos. I want it to be genuine, right? I don't really want to spend time doing my hair and stuff. But since it's my first stream, I decided to, present myself a bit better because I don't want to seem like a doomer in my stream, right? Like, sure, like in my videos, I might seem like a doomer. I might be very harsh on myself. But I just want to like also motivate y'all too, because I do think like I can do better, and I want to just document that journey. I know a lot of people told me to document my journey, and I sort of just want just to be a fresh start for me, almost. Sort of like a live journal, and you guys can tag along in my journey as well. So, see, you guys drew a lot of things. I'm actually going to take a look. Looking like circa 2018 mukbang. Oh yeah, if you all didn't know, I used to do mukbang. So I used to like eat food, like stream myself eating food, which was pretty funny. Because that time I feel like I was definitely more happy, right? I was in school. I didn't care about, there was no adulting, right? You know how in school you didn't really care too much about your career. You pretty much just screwed around after work, well, like after school, and you just like did dumb crap, right? The weird thing is that, like, okay, I know a lot of you might be shocked, but I actually never really smoked like weed in my life. Like, in terms of drinking alcohol, I only drank alcohol like once, I think. It was like a Smirnoff Light during like a New Year's party, and after that, I never really voluntarily like bought alcohol, like. But I know that like I probably could have made a lot more friends if I did, because I know a lot of my coworkers and my past classmates wanted to drink with me, right? Like socially, and I sort of turned them down, and that's why I kind of feel bad, because I feel like, yeah, that's my issue with today's society. I feel like you kind of have to expect to go to a bar or pub, like, to like meet people sometimes, and like maybe I could technically go there and not drink, but that's kind of weird, right? If I just ask for water or like non-alcoholic beverage, I feel like the purpose of drinking is to open up yourself to someone. If you don't drink like in a bar or pub with like some friends, they might think like you're closed in, and they tend to probably shy away from you. But I think I do want to be open-minded. I know a lot of you do love alcohol. I respect that. I just don't think like I'm ready for it yet, because there's already a lot I have to handle in my life. And you guys can see, wow, that's a lot of stuff. And I can see someone crossed off all the text. I think I'm just gonna figure out Or all right. Actually, I'm not sure if this is gonna do anything. Can you guys still do stuff or no more? Well, it seems like that did not really do anything. Like, you know how like it's kind of weird. It says anyone with a link can view, right? But you guys are still writing stuff, which is interesting. Like, how's this happening? Can someone freaking explain? Like, man, technology is so like advanced and dumb at the same time. Like, the moment it should. Oh, I'm dumb. I'm just gonna do view for the time being. Sorry if y'all are having a lot of fun. I'll probably put it back to edit in a bit. I'm just doing this so I can actually, read stuff. Dang, that's a lot of like, what is that? It's like in like cherry or something. And then just like sums up. Dang, some of you guys are really great at drawing. You're definitely not drawing this with a mouse, right? You're probably drawing this with like a mouse, like what do you call it? Like a pen, like a tablet. And then obviously someone did that. I'm not even gonna comment on that. I know what that is, but don't really want to pay too much attention to that for now. Oh, hey, Michael Axis. All right, so now I'm gonna go up on the chat. I know I missed a bunch of you. I'm so sorry if I skipped or didn't read. I was just rambling about my life. Like, sometimes I just get too lost in my thoughts, you can tell. Okay, that's a lot to catch up on. So I'm gonna just say old and new names just so you know that I've pretty much read your comment, and I just want to give you all a shout out because I think you all deserve it for just sticking around with me for this long, because I know that I started making these type of videos like around 2 months ago, which was a very dark time in my life. And thanks to a lot of you guys, actually, I actually decided to apply to college again. Like, if you didn't know, like when I first started making these type of videos around like March, I didn't really have plans for school until some of you encouraged me to go back to school, right? Because I feel like a lot of your comments kind of motivated me to like just continue going forward, even though like I'm 26, right? So anyways, I'm gonna do some shout outs. So Fly Away, thank you. I'm just gonna assume that all of you watched my previous videos and none of you guys are like completely new. I'm sure a lot of you probably seen at least one of my videos, but Fly Away, thank you for being here. Brodog, thank you. Augustine 10, thank you. Or Armor Ghost, thank you as well. I know I've seen your comments in many of my videos, and thank you for taking your time for leaving quality comments, because I know that for me it's very hard for me to get to every comment, but I've seen your comments. Usually they're very well written, like you have a lot of great points. And Don Peter, thank you for being here. You're in Eastern time, so yeah, luckily it's not too late for you, but if you do have work tomorrow or like school, you don't have to like stay here for very long. I understand like a lot of you may be in school or have work the next day because it's a Tuesday, which makes sense. But so Rogue Ranger as well, thank you for being here. It does seem like you are much more knowledgeable at working out. Dang, it's been doing them for 5 years, 6 days a week. That's some serious dedication. Everybody just congratulate Rogue Ranger. This guy is very consistent. And I can never be that consistent. So I really do admire that you're actually able to stick it for 5 years. That's how much time I wasted in my life. Ro, thank you for being here. And yeah, I'm from Canada. I'm not sure if you guys can see the chat. I'm just reading the chat from the sidebar, but if you guys can feel free to keep chatting. I'll get to your comment eventually. And yes, I do speak Mandarin and Spanish. I actually learned Spanish back in high school. And funny thing was that like I actually skipped Spanish class in high school to like watch anime. I might make a video on that in the future, but it's super dumb. Like you might think, oh, it must be a new anime that came out, right? I probably waited for its live release. And nope, I skipped like many classes in Spanish just to watch an anime called To Love Ru. I'm not sure if anyone of you know that, but it's not something you should skip school for, right? It's not freaking a new episode of One Piece, Naruto. You know, it's some weird freaking anime that I should probably not skip school for. But one of my classmates convinced me to do it, and I don't know why I did it. I'm trying to remember, but it's been a while. And thank you, Sanoff, for being here. Rose, thanks for being here too. I think I already like mentioned you. Green Gundam, thank you for your compliment. And Namgu124, thank you. None, thanks for being here as well. It seems like a lot of you actually did go back to my old videos. Thank you for all of you, by the way, who watched also my old videos. Like, I used to do Minecraft videos when I was like a kid, because I looked up to a lot of like YouTubers back then, like DanTDM, Sky Does Minecraft, you know. I feel like back then it was much better, like when YouTube was very young, right? I kind of miss old YouTube back in 2009, like Smosh. Nowadays, I feel like there's too much, like, you could say like manufactured content, right? And yeah, thanks for being here, all of you. And Kelly, thanks as well. Johan, thanks for being here as well. Oh yeah, I know Captain Sparkles. Actually, one of the most nostalgic like music videos from him is The Fallen Kingdom. I feel like that is very memorable for me because I remember I watched that in my school's library back in 2012 when it came out. So I was pretty much a senior in elementary school, like about to go to high school. High school's grade 8 in Canada, but yeah, pre-2020 was definitely something else. Nowadays, I feel like the content has definitely shifted. I feel like videos are just less original nowadays. It's all about, you know, special effects, explosions, right? Now, yeah, it used to be more subtle. Oh, hey, Bomb Man. I remember you. I actually think I checked your channel once too. I think you make like finance videos, judging by your name. But I know I clicked on one of them. It's something to do with investment stocks. It was like, I think like 2 weeks ago. Oh, which Minecraft YouTuber died? And for all of you that also like wrote on the board, I will get to the questions in a bit and all the comments here. I'm just reading chat. Oh, satire. Alright. Oh, he said let's talk. Oh yeah, you guys can also do comments like that too. It's pretty cool. Like, Figma is actually a really cool tool. I'm thinking of doing this every time I start off the stream just to, you know, let you guys do stuff. And I feel bad. Actually, I'm just going to leave it on view for now. But you guys can just leave comments like that for now. And give me 1 second, guys. I'm just going to use the washroom for like 3 minutes. I'll be back. Apologize, but give me 1 second. Alright guys, I'm back. Sorry for the wait. I basically drink a gallon of like water after work because I'm not sure if any of you know I am not really allowed to drink like water during my shift when I'm working, so I pretty much have to drink like 2 cups of water when I get home every day just to stay hydrated. Yeah, so but I think I should be good. I probably won't need to use the washroom for the next like hour or two just because, yeah. And let me just start reading this now, and let me just check here. Oh, hey, Packing Enchilada. I know you from Discord. Oh, hey, show. Do I follow any football clubs? I know a lot of them. I seen clips of it, but I don't follow it actively. I feel like I follow much more like FIFA and hockey. As you know, I'm in Canada, right? I feel like and I'll just try to read the Figma chat. I'm actually gonna share this because I know a lot of you guys probably missed this. If any of you want to join the Figma board, you guys can just click on this link. Oh, it said scroll up. It says, oh, your YouTube channel is satire. Charlie White, thanks man. You knew exactly who it was. Oh yeah, none. I'm going back to school for basically business administration. I'm thinking of doing like marketing or like accounting. Luckily, I get to pick. Like that's the good news about business administration. Like for the first year, I get to just pretty much figure out my interest, like what piques my interest, and ultimately decide what I want to do. And let's see, favorite anime. My favorite anime. I can actually link my anime list real quick. I'm not sure. Let me know if you guys can see like my actual browser or not just a window, but let me know if you guys can see my anime list because if this works, I can pretty much share like any window on my desktop. Because let's see. Yeah, bro, dog. Basically, like. It's kind of my fault. I tend to like drink water quite often, like every 1 to 2 hours, just because I'm just someone who gets dehydrated very easily, right? Like all of us have our different intakes in terms of water. I heard that you need to at least drink like 7 cups of water a day, but I usually get like 4 or 5. But yeah, let me know you guys can see this, or if you guys are stuck in FigJam. Like, can you guys see like my anime list? Let me just quickly like check my stream. How do I do that? Oh, there's Paul you guys. But let's see if I'm just checking to make sure that I'm sharing the right screen, right? Because a lot of times I feel like do that. I think you guys can probably see my anime list, right? I'm just making sure, because... Nope, you didn't miss the push-up, Sasha Sheriff, but I will be doing it, like, right here. Like, I will literally... Actually, I'll probably be moving to somewhere cleaner, but... I'm trying to figure out how to see my profile. I'm gonna have to do this. I know, like... There's my anime list. If all of you guys care about my anime, like pretty much everything's right here. I feel like it's not even updated. I updated in 2022. So yeah, I pretty much sort of create anime since then. Like pretty much these 2 are the last anime I really watched, All Taxi and Cyberpunk. But I wouldn't say I'm like a hardcore anime fan, but you guys can see like I watched like a dozen anime, not a whole lot. These are pretty much all the anime I watched. Like you guys probably know some, but hopefully you guys can see the screen. If you guys can, just let me know, because yeah, I feel like it's a lot of them are mainstream, but yeah, pretty much that's basically in terms of anime goes. Oh, you said Cyberpunk over here, perfect. We both like Cyberpunk then. But I feel like that anime is a bit mainstream. I feel like I know some people will say like only normies watch Cyberpunk Edge Runners, right? Like if you watch Naruto or like Cyberpunk, you're pretty much a normie. But for me, I think like it's not good to look at that way because I feel like every anime can really stand on its 2 feet, right? We don't have to really judge based on what society depicts of it. Okay, nice. You guys can see the anime list, but yeah. Also, sorry for everyone who like aren't into anime. I really want this to also. I really also want to talk about other topics other than anime because I know a lot of you watch my videos not for anime, right? I don't really like wasting people's time. That's why I don't really want to talk too much about one topic because I'm sure a lot of you don't really care about anime because I know a lot of my audience is actually older folks. Like I'm sure a lot of you are in your 30s, 40s with kids. I also appreciate a lot of your wise knowledge as well because I know that the majority of people in my Discord server are Gen Z, like the same generation as me. They're all like around, I would say 17 to like 20, like 7 years old. So it's really insightful when I hear like comments from people from past generations because I feel like it's very interesting to hear from their worldview. And I'm surprised a lot of you also resonate me. Some people in their 40s resonate with how I feel about society nowadays. Oh, I never watched Captain Tsubasa, Johan, unfortunately. Oh, I love Dragon Ball Z, Jackie. That's an amazing anime. Do you know what's funny? I basically read Dragon Ball and I read Dragon Ball Z manga. I actually didn't watch the anime, but I did watch Dragon Ball GT. But Dragon Ball GT is definitely not something I recommend. I feel like Nangu, you said the only anime you watched is Cyberpunk and Nokoton. What anime do you recommend for someone that is newbie anime? I recommend like I don't want to be biased, but I recommend pretty much anything in my favorites list. I'm gonna just make it super big because I know that it's very hard to see. So welcome to NHK. So I'm just gonna go over this once because I do want to move to a different topic because I know a lot of you probably don't care about anime that much, but if you guys are willing to try out, I would recommend welcome to the NHK. If you're gonna pick one anime from this list, just watch the first one. Even if you're not into anime, I would say if you watch this anime, you will have a better understanding of how I feel about my life because I feel like this anime is very relatable. It's called Welcome to NHK. Pretty much like, and pretty much Odd Taxi is another good one, but this one it's like more, it's interesting too. It's a very underground, like I wouldn't say it's like super underground. It's actually quite niche, but it's a great anime too. Odd Taxi. Grand Blue is a great comedy anime. And Naruto Shippuden is pretty good too. This is honestly the only reason why this is on my list is because I grew up with it. I watched it when the episodes were still like coming out every Sunday. I remember I would just watch it every time that a new episode comes out. So I'm pretty biased. And Cyberpunk too. So I would say the first two are definitely my favorite. Like Odd Taxi is so good, honestly. Like I feel like NHK is just like a work of art, but Odd Taxi is just like really well done. Like I feel like it's underrated in a way. But let me see the comments. Oh, Johan, I really appreciate it because I know like I don't really want to just talk about stuff you guys aren't really too interested in because I do want you guys to learn other stuff too, like anime itself is something that's niche. I understand not a lot of people do like anime because some people just prefer real life shows. Actually, speaking of like dramas and shows, I'm actually quite into like Korean dramas as well as like even some live actions. I'm not sure if you guys seen the like video game adaptations too. Like The Last of Us is pretty good. What's another one that's really good? I think it's also The Last Airbender is pretty good too. Like Avatar. I think a lot of it can be good, but there are also some flops too, you know? Like, I feel like the nice thing is that there's pretty much shows for everyone. And I can't really read this, unfortunately. I'm gonna have to move this. Very true, my name, great anime. I finished watching Steins Gate. It was top tier. And we got artists here. Do you play any games you might enjoy? Automata. Oh, I actually heard of that a lot. I think I played one anime game. It's called Cold Vein. It's like anime Dark Souls. I'm sure a lot of you are into like Souls-like games, right? Honestly, I'm down to even show you my Steam library. Actually, yeah, I'm actually just gonna show you my Steam profile because I know like a lot of you probably play video games. Not all of you guys probably watch anime. Video games are definitely more mainstream, so you guys can probably relate a lot more in terms of games, right? Because I feel like anime is definitely more for the younger generation, at least the anime I watch. So this is my Steam profile. You guys can see that I play games here and there. Unfortunately, I can't see the full file, but I do dabble in like some MMOs. You guys can see I'm into like Monster Hunter. I'm into like gacha games. I basically logged in just to check out what's new. But I pretty much quit that game. Star Wars: The Old Republic. Now this is probably one a lot of you guys know, right? It's like a pretty old school MMO, but man, I miss like old games, right? This is why I have very strong nostalgia towards older games. And I like it more just because back then there wasn't as much like, you know, DLCs and microtransactions. It was a lot more about the story. I don't know what happened. It feels like times really have changed. Oh, you only know of Bloodborne and Dark Souls. FPS games, I'm kind of into actually. I honestly, just gonna close these. I was just using this to test my audio earlier. You know, Audacity, it's pretty much like an audio tool. Guys can like pretty much record. I honestly didn't even need that because I realized I pretty much, well, okay, basically for everyone who was here from the beginning, pretty much why my audio was screwed up earlier was pretty much I set the wrong like input device. I was using input device for this. That's why you can hear. I have a separate microphone earlier. That's why it was like that. Anyways, I'm gonna load up Steam to show you guys my games. And after this, I'll probably do something that's a bit more interesting. Maybe doing a bit more talking about philosophy, but oh, use Audacity to do karaoke. I know a lot of people who sing use Audacity. And let me check this. What's my childhood game? My childhood game, there's so many childhood games, I feel like. Oh, how many years did I sacrifice for World of Warcraft? Do you know what the crazy part is? I never played World of Warcraft in my life. I know a lot of you are shocked by that, but I really actually never played like World of Warcraft because I feel like I never really got into it due to the subscription. Because I know back then, like, there were so many MMOs I didn't play, like Wizard 101 and like World of Warcraft because of the subscription. Yeah, pretty much like I couldn't buy it because, you know, like sometimes when you're a kid, you can't really ask your mother for the credit card, right? I played a lot more League of Legends than like Dota 2. Anyways, for all you gamers out here, don't worry, this won't be too long. If you don't play games, you're welcome to just listen. But I'm sure a lot of you do play games, right? Like, I'm going to show you my entire library, alright? This is pretty much all the games I pretty much played, at least, like, I would say an hour in the Steam library. I'm going to go over some quick ones that are notable. So, Devour is a game I really like to play, like, because, you know, it's kind of like Outlast. It's pretty scary, honestly. Actually, it's not too scary once you play it a couple times. Mostly just jump scares. Outlast is a great classic. The Forest. This is probably the best survival game that's ever made. Pretty much what it's about is pretty much you're surrounded with cannibals in a stranded island. And you want to just find a way to get the hell out of the island. You know, the story is quite solid too. Adventure Quest 3D. Now, a lot of you probably know Adventure Quest Worlds. I tried this out in 2017, as you can see, just to see what it's about. Unfortunately, it didn't meet my expectations. And oh yeah, Chinese parents. Yeah, basically like my brother owns this game. That's why you can see it's from the Steam Family Library. I basically share like my library with my brothers. They're not with me right now, but yeah, this game is. I'm not too sure what it's about. I think it's probably about Chinese parents, right? You can see the title, but you guys can check it out. Oh yeah, MechQuest is really great, Sourceblade. I think MechQuest is kind of like about robots, right? It's kind of, I know Epic Duel as well. Oh, Quiet Fear. I'll definitely search that up later. Oh yeah, Left 4 Dead 2 is a great classic. I'm not sure how to pronounce your name, sorry. Min 2. Armored Ghost, open world RPGs can be fun, but there's so much grind. Yeah, that is true. Like, Wuthering Waves is actually unironically an open world RPG, just because there's so much things to collect. Fallout New Vegas. Yeah, I have two brothers. This is actually from my second brother. Basically, well, like, my brother that's 18 years old, you could say. Hey Parker, welcome to the stream. Also, I'm just going to quickly check to see how many people are in the stream, just to have an idea of how many people I'm talking to, because if it's just like a couple people, I don't mind going a bit longer, talking about games, but if there's a lot of you, I do want to share other stuff too, right? Because I understand not all of you are into games. Like, games is great and all, but it's, I wouldn't say it's a super productive topic, right? I do want to talking to, because if it's just like 25, that's like a classroom. I feel like a teacher now in a way, talking about games, but if there's a lot of you, I do want to actually. I'm just gonna actually just leave this tab open, but just to see the chat as well. I think it's a lot easier to see it. Yeah, I actually have two brothers. One's 14 years old and one's 18. Unfortunately, the age gap kind of makes it hard for us to like talk to each other, because I'm like 8 years apart from my other brother. And yeah, so basically, like, in terms of like games, these are pretty much the games I play. Before I stop talking about games, I just want to leave some recommendations for all of you. I recommend Divinity Original Sin 2. This is kind of like Baldur's Gate 3. It's a really nice isometric like CRPG. It's like turn-based combat. I would say the combat is definitely up there in terms of like turn-based. It's really well made if you're into that. The story is solid too. Let's see, what other games? Helldivers 2 is pretty good too. I heard they had a recent update earlier. And Left 4 Dead 2 is a great classic. Let's see. Oh yeah, Neo 2 I feel like is a super underrated game. It's one of these games where like not many people actually know. A lot of people know Dark Souls, Elden Ring, right? But Neo 2 is like a Japanese.
You may be a demon.
Style like Dark Souls game that's like pretty difficult, but I would say the action is definitely one of the best. And Town Salem 2 is basically a better Among Us, in my opinion. So yeah, these are pretty much all the games I really play. You guys can tell I don't really play that much games. Like in terms of like variety, like there's like Sims 4 here, but you guys can see I didn't really touch some of these games. I just basically added it to my library, but pretty much a lot of you probably know these games, right? Like, let me know if you guys know any of these games, because I'm sure a lot of you know. Oh, Stardew Valley is a super good game. I would play this when I'm just depressed. Like, if you guys hate society, hate your life, or going through like depression, like something crap is going on in your life, just play Stardew Valley. Takes you away, and you get really immersed into it. I wouldn't say I like Souls-like games. You guys can tell I only have one Souls. Like, I don't own Dark Souls or Elden Ring. I just happen to get Neo 2 because I like the aesthetic of it, right? It takes place in like feudal Japan. And yeah, I'll be down to play games for some of you today. Yeah, Sims pretty solid. There's another game called Inzoi, which is like a realistic version of Sims, pretty much. But it uses AI, which I'm not a huge fan of. But yeah, it's like real life Sims, Inzoi. It's pretty interesting. So yeah, I guess that's pretty much for games. I don't really want to go too deep into games just because there's not a whole lot I know about games. I'm more of a casual gamer. You might notice I don't really care too much about the story in games. Most of the games I play aren't really story-based games, you know? Like, I don't really have Skyrim on here. I know that's really big in terms of its audience. I feel like the only story-based games I really played was The Witcher 3, which I still need to finish. I only have 8.6 hours in this game. So, I think I got to the part where I buried that person's child. Pretty much, yeah. It's been a long time. In fact, it's been 2 years, but I remember I stopped playing because I was kind of busy with other stuff at the time. Didn't really have time to finish it, but I'll definitely finish it sometime, like soon, probably. Oh, I have Roblox too. In fact, if you search Roblox, I literally have the Roblox player. We can play Roblox together sometime too. I also got Minecraft, you know, like so I'll be down to gaming with some of you guys if you're down, like, but yeah. Honestly, I feel like I'm sort of a normie when it comes to games. I play pretty much the most mainstream games. I play freaking RuneScape. Okay, maybe not World of Warcraft, but I play like a lot of mainstream games that you guys probably know. I don't really play too much underground games because I don't really dig through too much. But yeah, that's pretty much for games. Anyways, I'm gonna actually try to. Anyways, my plan today was actually I was also going to do personality test, which I do want to try and see. So I'm not sure if all of you. I think I have a great idea for what we can do now. So a lot of you probably want to know more about me or just like have a conversation regarding like, you know, us as humans, right? Because I know a lot of you who watch my videos don't really watch me for playing games, right? I don't really play games on my channel. At least that's not what you came here for, but I just want to like show you more about my life. I thought of an interesting concept, okay? I don't think this has really been fully done before. Basically, what I'm planning to do is like, you know how when normal people like do personality tests, they just hit agree, disagree, they just go through it, don't really talk. But for me, I'm gonna give you guys a backstory every time I select an option. So I think could be a fun, interactive way for you guys to know about me, and you guys can also share as well. So what I'm gonna do is I'm also gonna make it so you guys can start editing as well to leave your comments here too and screw around while you guys listen to me, right? So you guys can go on here now. I believe that's all of you. There, all of you can edit now. Actually, I'm dumb. I should just do anyone can edit. This Friday, yeah, I can probably play games this Friday. I think I pasted the wrong link, my bad. You said, can you stream the gameplay? Which game do you want me to stream? I'll be down to stream some games actually today as well. I don't really have a plan, but I promise people I'm going to do 100 push-ups. So I really don't want to leave these people hanging because I know some of you are watching me just so you guys can see me do 100 push-ups, which I won't leave off the table. I also want to do the personality test, but we can do small stuff in between, of course. Like I can show you guys some games I'm into. Although the only issue is my CPU kind of sucks. Actually, before I do the personality test, I want to show you guys my rig. Some of you guys may be very tech savvy, maybe worked in IT, maybe you guys are not even into computers at all, but I want to show you guys my, hold up. I want to show you guys my specs, right? Computer specs for all of you tech savvy people, because I know a lot of you guys are into computers. Some of you guys probably never barely use the computer. Your grandkids probably use a computer, but pretty much, typically what, I'm just gonna quickly show you guys. So yeah, you guys can see my CPU is super old. If you notice, my CPU is super old. It's Intel 4570. This is CPU made in like 2013. I'm trying to figure out the release date of this. Yep, my CPU is 2013. This is why I don't really I can't really stream like really, demanding games, just because I have my CPU is basically 12 years old. The ironic part is that my GPU is like 4060 right over here. So for all of you tech savvy people, you guys are probably screaming on the top of your lungs like I should probably upgrade, get it like a AMD like 3D or like a Ryzen like 5600X at least. But yeah, I'm saving money, man. Like right now I'm not really focused too much on games. That's why I don't really care about upgrading my CPU. It's honestly probably better I don't upgrade it, because like, yeah. Oh, you said you should not trust psychology too much. Some YouTubers said it used to help people cope. Yeah, that's what I feel like. I feel like psychology, like the personality tests, aren't too like reliable in a way. I'm using a desktop computer, like a PC. Yeah, 100 push-ups. Yeah, I learned to like not to take life too seriously sometimes, but sometimes I just feel like there's so much stuff I'm missing out on. People are doing this and that, and I sort of just want to stay on top of the game. But it's kind of stressful, right? In life, have you ever felt like life feels like a race sometimes? You feel like you have to catch up to people's knowledge. It feels like if you slack off and waste your time, like you don't end up being able to relate to others. That's how I feel sometimes in a way, because I feel like culture is something that's very important in our society. Like you sort of have to conform it in a way. For example, like hockey and like basketball is really popular. If you don't really watch sports, there's a whole chunk of like friends you won't have just because you won't have the same interests, right? It feels like you kind of have to like do some stuff just to, do it, just to fit in with society. Oh, you got a HP Envy 2013. I'm assuming that's like a laptop. Yeah, I'm just gonna do this personality test, because I'm sure some of you are curious about my personality type, right? Because a lot of times I say I'm an introvert, but who knows, right? I might be extroverted by the end of this. I could even like make a video talking about this, but I know I'm just gonna do this for fun, all right? For all of you who say that like this is like not reliable, I'm doing it mainly just for like entertainment, just to see like if it's like the same result as before. Okay, I'll tell you my result from like when I was in high school. I got INFP, and then I got INTP. So I really only had those two personality types. Yeah, FOMO is a huge like issue, because I feel like a lot of Asian parents expect their kids to like do really well in terms of like their academics and stuff. So yeah, basically I regularly make new friends. I might not even finish this because this might be kind of long, but we'll see. Okay, it says you regularly make new friends. So this is a tricky one, because what do you consider a friend? I feel like the issue with personality tests is that a lot of the questions are vague, right? Like, what do you consider a friend? Someone could say a friend is someone who you just hang out at Sunday, right? At the bars. But some people can also say like friends, someone from Discord, right? If you add someone on Discord or social media like Instagram, is that your friend? And some people say friends are people you spent like years with in the military. It's like so vague. Like there's many different levels to it. So yeah, that's why I'm not sure if I should even do personality tests, right? It's like we're starting off with a super vague question. Yeah, I think I'm more INTP in a way, but we'll see. But yeah, I'm just gonna do this test. For all of you who want me to do other stuff, I'm just gonna do this to find out. And this will be the last time I do it, don't worry. And I'll probably do my push-ups later, but I regularly make new friends. I think this would definitely have to be like pretty much over here. The main reason why is that like this is pretty much, if I do like hard disagree, it means like I straight up don't make friends at all. I feel like I do have an ounce of hope that I can make some decent friends. And I actually recently did make some acquaintances, so I would say like I do feel like I have a decent chance. Complex novel ideas excite me more than simple and straightforward ones. For this one, I feel like it's kind of tough. Green Gundam, you said true friends for me is someone you endured hardships with, or be there for you on good and hard times. Yeah, I feel like that's also like my definition of it. Definitely a friend is someone you went through hardships together. You have a very fond memory of that. It's someone who would stick by your side, even in a dire situation, right? Like during a zombie apocalypse. They would stand by your side. They're not someone who's a snake who would just like leave you in a turn of opportunity, right? If there's like another friend that's gonna offer them something better, monetary. Yeah, I feel like this might not be the best thing to do actually. Now I'm seeing what you said. For me, I just feel like, do you know what the funny part is? The last time I did this site was in like grade 7, so that was like 2012. I did this like basically like 12 years ago, so I really don't know if it's even legit. I mean, there's so many nice reviews, right? But you can't really tell if it's honest. Oh yeah, I have a high bar for friendship, for sure. Yeah, I think that's why I have so, like, I have a hard time making friends because I would say like my standards are not low, sadly. But the funny thing is that I feel like I'm still willing to be open and be anyone's friend, regardless, just because I never really had friends. But I think I'm gonna do this test regardless of how bullcrap this is. This could be absolutely banoni, this freaking test. But I'm gonna do it just because I can share you all my backstory with these questions. I feel like that's probably more interesting to y'all than these questions, because these questions are kind of dumb, let's be honest. But who knows? I might be able to learn something new and introspect upon myself answering these questions. So you guys already know, I don't really have friends. That's what I'm putting here. Complex novel ideas excite me more than simple, straightforward ones. I would say, yeah, I do get excited with complex ideas since I do overthink a lot. I also see myself as an idealistic person. I do, and so yeah, I would put like probably here. You usually feel more persuaded by what resonates emotionally with you than factual arguments. Yeah, I think that's like a hard yes. You guys can tell, like my entire videos are super emotional. I tend to gravitate too much almost on my feelings than logical thinking, right? Oh, you got INFJ. Enchilada. Yeah, actually, I think INFJ is actually a good personality type. I think it's like the rarest personality type. Apparently 1% of the entire world has that personality type. And yeah, Callie, don't worry. I'm pretty sure no one on Earth would really do well in a zombie apocalypse. I feel like it definitely requires a large amount of wits and physical strength, which I don't really have. Oh, Rogue Ranger, thank you so much for saying I have soul. Sorry, just need a moment to process that because I rarely get compliments. Like you guys can probably tell, I'm socially awkward. I don't really get compliments that much in real life. I feel like that's why I do take a lot of comments personally, right? Just because. But I really appreciate y'all sticking around here. I know this stream has been all over the place. I took a lot of time to just get my audio working, and I don't know, I feel like I've just been rambling this entire stream talking about freaking anime games. It's completely off my schedule, in terms of what I want to cover. But honestly, as long as you guys are enjoying it, it's all good. Like, I also want to leave this open to anything as well. Like, I'm down to do anything that you guys want to do as well. I don't want this to just be me doing the personality test. Like, I don't mind, like, not even doing this if you guys don't really want to see me doing this, because this is ultimately more for you guys. I thought this would be fun because, you know, you guys might be curious about personality types, because I never really, like, mentioned it in my videos, so. Oh, thanks, None. I really appreciate, because, like, even though, like, these type of streams, I intend them to be, like, very, like, personal, like, one-to-one. I do want to make them interesting, right? I don't want you guys to just, like, sit there and bum around with me. Like, obviously, like, we're not doing anything productive, but you guys get the point, right? I want it to be, like, somewhat engaging and interactive, and I wouldn't say fun, but yeah. Oh, thank you so much. Yeah, honestly, I just want to do stuff that I enjoy as well, because I think, like, I don't really want to do something that's just, like, fun, right? Just for the sake of it. I want to do something that's, like, engaging. Let's see here. Your living and working spaces are clean and organized. Let me take a look around me. Is it clean and organized? Alright, I'm so glad you guys cannot see what's behind me, but I'm just gonna put a hard disagree, alright? Oh, I'm so sorry. I completely forgot about that. I was super overwhelmed because, you know, I got a chat over here. I got the Fig Jam here, so I'm actually gonna go do that before I do this. Actually, I might put this on hold for now. I'm gonna go to Discord because I totally forgot some of you guys are actually on Discord, because I know that not all of you guys are in the Discord server, but I'll be going through all the questions. I really apologize for not doing it earlier. I know it's like 7, it's been an hour, but yeah, I really apologize for that, because I know a lot of you guys are just curious. Alright, so I'm just gonna do this so all of you guys can see the comments as well. So I'm sorry if this is small. I'm gonna read all the questions, alright? So the first question goes from Ree. So I'm gonna do a slight backstory for all of those people, just because you all might not know the person, right? I want you guys to also know a background of them so you guys understand. And this is sort of like a shout out, because I really, like, they mean a lot to me, honestly. That's why I want to see them as humans, like actual people that are asking these questions, not just straight up, you know, from the comments. But basically, Ree, he plays League of Legends. I see him play League of Legends a lot, and he seems like someone who's very self-conscious of his voice, because his voice is a bit higher than normal people. So, but I do think he has a kind heart. He is very, like, passive. He's not someone who's, like, you know, completely, you know, he's not someone who's, like, super aggressive. Like, he wouldn't go to your house and start, you know, scream on the top of his lungs during a football game. You know, he's like an introvert. So he asked, what's it like living with roommates? So I do have one roommate, and honestly, it's been, like, indifferent, to be honest, because I feel like they don't really care too much about what I do, as long as I do my dishes, right? I'm sure if you have a roommate with you, they probably don't want to do your laundry or dishes. So we talk sometimes, but most of the time we just do our own thing, right? He goes to work too, like. So yeah, a lot of times we don't really see each other, because he works, like, pretty much night shift. So, like, when I'm home, he's usually not here, which is a great thing, because, you know, I can make my videos in peace, right? So pretty much in the morning when I'm at work, he's here, like, and we share different rooms. So yeah, it's all good. That we'll have some privacy. One puncher said, if I'm saving up paying back for my parents, would you consider moving back home? Yeah, the issue with that is that, like, I feel like I have a job here. I don't really want to lose my job and try to look for a new one yet. I already worked here for, like, almost over a year, so it's going to be quite difficult. He also asked, like, have you been recognized on the streets yet? Which is, like, the 3 people that reacted with skull face. No, I haven't. Luckily, honestly, I don't really want to be recognized, especially like outside, because it's just gonna be awkward, and I feel like a lot of people who watch my videos probably aren't really like It's hard to put it into words, but you guys get the point, right? Like, let's put yourself in my shoes, right? If you were making these videos, you probably don't want to be known pretty much everywhere, right? Like, I don't really want too many people to know about like my secrets and stuff, but why don't you like talking to people at work? The issue for that is because basically a lot of people at my work are like over 50. There's an age gap. I know a lot of you might say that age doesn't really matter, right? Like, a lot of times that is the case because I feel like a lot of them are also born from different cultural backgrounds. They're born in an Eastern country, and there's also a cultural gap too. And just a quick background, One Puncher's pretty much my hype man, He's always super hyped in the Discord server. Seinfeld is pretty young lad. He lives in Belgium. He currently is just bored out of his mind. That's why he joined my Discord server. He actually doesn't even have school right now. He's just here just because he's bored. And he's probably sleeping right now. It's like 4 a.m. for him, so pretty sure he probably won't watch this full screen stream, but yeah, he's a pretty kind person. And another question from can't really see his name, but basically his name is like Genx, I think. He is into like gacha games like Honkai Star Rail. He asked if you had an opportunity, would you move to a different country? I would say that I am open to it, but not at the moment. I do want to get a job in Canada because I feel like I need to go to school here, right? And then I can consider moving to another country. But it might be kind of difficult because certain colleges aren't recognized internationally in other countries, right? One Puncher asked me what's my celebrity crush. Feel free to include anime, CGI ladies. Well, yeah, celebrity crush. I feel like I had a lot before. I'm trying to remember some. It's kind of hard to figure out what my celebrity crush is because it sort of changes and fluctuates. Yeah, honestly, I really don't know currently. I'm like stumped. Like, who's my celebrity crush? I mean, when I think of celebrity crush, I can only think of singers, right? Like, you probably know like Taylor Swift or some actors, right? Like Emma Watson, but in terms of like actual celebrity crush, I don't think I have one currently. I don't really like idolizing celebrities. That kind of isn't something I really do anymore. And I really appreciate all the questions as well. I think that's pretty much all the questions, but yeah. But yeah, this is pretty much my Discord server. If you haven't checked it out already, we just have some random conversations, but just, yeah, I think a lot of them probably aren't watching anymore. A lot of them are asleep now, which is understandable. Yeah, roommates are just social, honestly. I don't really see them as friends, in a way. They're what they are, But yeah, I think I'm probably not going to do a personality test this time because I realized that it's been like an hour. And also, like, personality test is great, but I feel like it's not something that's like super reliable, right? Like, it's not even that fun. It just seems like something that's a waste of time. I'm just going to read some of your comments now. The YouTuber who passed away was Technoblade. Oh yeah, Technoblade passed away from cancer. That was a really sad time. Yeah, I feel like sometimes life can seem like it's very brutal, right? Like, you have to go to work a freaking as a wage slave, 9 to 5. But you have to realize that at least, like, some of us are, like, healthy. Like, I wouldn't say, like, all of you guys are physically healthy. Like, you have the muscles and stuff. But there are a lot of things in life you're grateful for, right? It could just be being able to just, live another day. And, oh, one number fan says, let's talk. Yeah, sure. Feel free to join the Discord server if you want. I'll be down to talk because I think that's a lot easier than YouTube comments. I try to read a lot of your comments, but it's kind of hard to do. What music do I like? Music is a huge part of my emotions. In terms of music, I like a lot of alternative folk music. Actually, I know my genre is very niche, and I feel like I also do like some country music too. I know a lot of people have hate on it for some reason. I also do listen to a bit of rap, so I like Eminem. I like Noah Kahan. Like those are pretty much the mainstream artists I like. The other ones are much more underground that I could probably like. I'm trying to think of the other one. Oh, Sufjan Stevens pretty good too. His song's really good. Honestly, this is probably my favorite song from him. Like 4th of July. It's basically, yeah, there. Yeah, I recommend this song even though it's pretty sad. So yeah, I do like a lot of folky music too, like Noah Kahan, like Sufjan Stevens, but yeah, looks like majority of you are in the Fig Jam. I mean, it makes sense. It's already been an hour. I'm sure like a lot of people right now are probably sleeping, right? It's not the best day to stream because, you know, a lot of people do have work. You gotta make the money, you know? Oh, wow. Thanks for the donation. I really appreciate a lot. Oh, John Denver. Yeah, I'll check him out. EDM. I used to listen to like Alan Walker of VC. It's pretty good. Oh yeah, video game music's so good. There's a lot of good music from Skyrim, Guild Wars 2, Baldur's Gate, Divinity Original Sin 2. It's pretty good too. Legend of Zelda has really fantastic music. Man, Legend of Zelda Twilight Princess is insane. And also Super Brothers Brawl. Super Smash Brothers Brawl music is fire. Man, I feel like Nintendo has so many like good music. I'm just gonna close some windows. I realize it's getting kind of. I'm gonna check to see if there's new questions and comments. Oh, Magic Normie said he's in the voice call right now. Sure, I'll probably join and talk to them. Oh, are you in the stream? Wait, I'm gonna ask him real quick. Alright, I'm just gonna sit straight. My freaking back hurts from that. Anyways, don't worry, I'm still reading chat. I'm just gonna chill now. I'm probably gonna leave the stream open for anyone who might be late on the stream. Maybe some of you have work. I'm just doing this. Oops, I said. Because I do want this stream to also be like casual, you know. This is typically what I normally do after work, you know. I just check Discord, I listen to music. But definitely I don't have this open, right? I don't really have Fig Jam open during my stream. Oh, you like everything rock and metal. I see. Let me just see what that is. Oh, I see. That's like live chat. I'll probably do live chat so I can see your latest video. You said Alan Walker's good. My favorite artist is probably Zomboy. Oh, I have to search him up actually. Oh, music producer. He's an English dubstep music producer, songwriter, and DJ. And his mascot is a zombie. Wow, his name is not joking then. He's literally a zombie. Like, that's his mascot. And his songs are very fitting, right? Outbreak, Lights Out. I'll definitely have to check him out later. Probably won't play it right now because of copyright and stuff like that. But I'm actually going to bookmark this right now so I can remember. Yeah, rock and metal's pretty good too. I like a lot of 80s rock, you know, like Journey and stuff like that. Oh, is my stream lagging? Wait, I'm gonna ask him. Yeah, apologize if the stream is like laggy and stuff. But oh, Fergal, welcome here. Thanks for being here, honestly. Really appreciate it. So I'm not sure when you guys want to see me do push-ups. I feel like now is probably a good time because, you know, it's been an hour in stream. I feel so bad actually because I know that a lot of people left because they had stuff to do. You know, I feel pretty sad honestly because I kind of wish I'd done the stuff I promised earlier because I know a lot of people don't have much time in their life, right? They can't spend like hours watching me, and a lot of people have work, right? So, but we'll see though. Honestly, like I might just do it now just for fun, you know, or play a song. Actually, I don't really workout song. Is there any like non-cop? Actually, I don't know any workout songs. Normally, I don't really play like, you know, workout songs when I work out. But I'm just gonna do push-ups and yes, and trying to figure out a nice place for it. Actually, one sec. I'll be right back. I'm just gonna move some stuff because it's very messy. So I just want to clean up before I do push-ups. Alright, apologize for the mess, but I'm going to quickly do push-ups real quick. Hopefully you guys can still see it. Let me know if you guys can see the camera still, because I'm basically using it as a webcam. Let me know if you guys can see the camera. You guys won't see the camera on me because I'm using my phone as a webcam, but let me know if you guys can still see my webcam. Actually, I just realized I'm dumb. I can probably just search myself on my stream to see it. Did it screw up? Let me know if you guys can see the camera right now. Actually, I just realized I'm dumb. I can probably just search myself on my stream to see it. Someone says, is Tibetan related to Mandarin? I don't think so. I never heard that term. I'm probably not going to play music because I won't be able to hear it because I'm probably going to be working on the ground. But next time I'll definitely play music. Like I'll literally probably stream from my phone and I'll probably play music with another phone. But yeah, definitely recommend some workout music for sure. I'm just going to do simple push-ups this time. And we'll see. We'll just do like, I'm just doing it for fun. I'm actually curious to see how many push-ups I can do in one sitting. Okay, maybe not like a full one sitting, but you guys get the point. I want to see if I can get to 100 push-ups. So I'm just going to do it, and you guys can witness it and see for all the people who are waiting here because, yeah. All right, so here it goes. You guys won't hear me because my microphone's next to my computer, but you guys can see me, so it's all good. So here it goes. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Fuck, I forgot how many. How many is that? I'll just keep going. You guys count for me. Ugh. Ugh. Shit, I should have stopped. I lost my momentum. Ugh. Shit, man. I can't do this. Shit, man. Okay, that is not... Okay, that's sort of one sitting. I'm gonna try to get back to it. So, okay. Oh. Sorry. Oh. Yeah, sorry guys. One sec. Yeah, sorry. Sorry guys, I tried, but I can't really do it. Oh, that's like 30s. Unfortunately, you know, I think I could probably do better. I screwed up because I paused. I lost my momentum. I feel like I could have gone 50, which is actually my goal originally, but yeah, I'm sorry if I scared some of you. I was just like dead. Now I need to fix my camera because it's probably screwed up and stuff. Okay, nice. It's still in a decent spot. Okay. Yeah, I think 30 is good. I'm thinking of like just... Honestly, yeah, it could have been better, but it could have been a lot worse too, right? It could have ended up only doing like 10 or 20, but you know, it's been a very long time. But thanks for counting for me though, because without you guys, I would completely forgot the number. Yeah. Also, let me know if any of you just joined the stream. I actually started streaming like at 6 p.m. by the way, so I'm curious to see if there's any new people watching right now or not. Let me just refresh this. Oh, seems like a lot of you are still here. I'm just curious because I seen like no one at Fig Jam, right? No one is right here currently. So I thought that none of you guys are here, but it looks like there's quite a bit of you guys here. Yeah, no wallpaper's criminal. This is okay. I'll show you guys all my wallpaper. This is literally my wallpaper. I know it's super boring, right? Like, yeah, I'm actually curious what you guys actually want me to do now. Actually, I'm gonna let you guys have more freedom because I realize it's just me saying stuff I'm gonna do, and I'm pretty much just rambling at this point. Let me know if you guys are still down for me doing the personality test, or like something else maybe, or even like a game, possibly like a very light game. You know, maybe not a heavy game with very demanding graphics because my CPU is not gonna be able to handle that. But I'm down for like personality tests as well, or just talking about life, or I can just like talk to you guys through the comments. Yeah, I thought you guys probably don't care about personality tests. Honestly though, I only came up with the personality test because I thought none of you guys really played games. Honestly, it makes me feel relieved that you guys play games because I can't imagine if no one plays games, right? Oh, Roblox, Tower of Hell. No, I'm not an exchange student. I'm actually currently a Canadian citizen. I'm just currently working. I'm probably going back to school in September, so. So what kind of games? I guess Roblox works. I could also do like some Steam games as well. But it seems like 2 people said Roblox. I'm going to just check my Discord for the meantime. I'm just going to comment on my server real quick. By the way, if any of you want to join my Discord server, I'm actually going to just send this. I'm sure a lot of you are already here, but I'm just going to do it in case you guys can find it. Yeah, you're all welcome to join my server, you guys haven't, but I'm sure like majority of you already are here. Use copy button. What does that mean? Sorry, I can't really figure out how to do it, but yeah, anyways, it's in my channel description. Someone said, guys, he's about to do push-ups here. Oh yeah, I'm working tomorrow. Do you know what the good thing is? It's only 7:30, so I can spare a bit more time, but yeah, I can't be way too long because, you know, I have to wake up at 5 a.m. in the morning to work in a factory. Unfortunately. Oh, hey, Nana, me now. Thanks for being here. I know a lot of you also just joined, and I had a lot of audio issues earlier with my stream. I'm currently using OBS, as you can see here. So I had a lot of audio issues earlier, but hopefully now it's working a bit better. It's actually getting... Actually, I'm going to turn the blinds on again. I realize you guys can't really see me. Oh. Dang, it's still bright outside. It's like so nice outside. Holy crap. Honestly, someday I just want to stream outside, but probably need a better data plan for that because, yeah. Thank you, Captain Glaze, for saying that. Really appreciate it, honestly. Honestly, just nice to have you guys' company. A lot of times, I will be honest, like after work, I feel very lonely. Have you guys ever felt kind of lonely because you never really have anyone to like resonate with? I feel like that's the biggest issue in my life. I feel like I can't really relate to a lot of my family, and there's a lot of things I can't really share with my family, as you can see from my videos, right? Like you probably won't say all that to your parents. Like your parents are always there for you. Like I love my parents, but some stuff I just feel like I need to let it out alone. In terms of the question, I wonder, am I into pills? I actually never watched Matrix, believe it or not. I know there's the black, white, red, and blue pills in the film, but I do know what the terms mean. Like black pill is like pretty much nihilism. You're pretty much a doomer. White pill means you live like stress-free. Blue pill means you're brainwashed. You conform to society. And red pill means you think of life logically and the order of things, right? But yeah, I see myself as black pill. Like I would say I'm a pretty doomer guy, but yeah, no company is better than no bad company. True, yeah. But you guys aren't bad. I really like the amount of support all of you gave me. Like I appreciate all of you still being in the stream, because a lot of times I just feel stressed, you know, like. Also, I know I probably didn't say this earlier, but thank you so much for watching all my videos. Honestly, a lot of times when I watch my videos, I just thought to myself, is this even a good idea? But I realized that people would actually listen, so I actually don't mind doing it because I feel like it's also healthy for me just reflecting on my past videos in the future, because I feel like maybe in the future, once my life gets better, I'll probably laugh at this current stage in my life, right? Like, look at me right now. I'm like a bum, working like $20 an hour in a factory, but who knows, right? I'm 26, so I do want to be more optimistic. Like maybe when I'm 30 I could, you know, be much more physically fit. I could probably maybe get a girlfriend, and I could also get a better job, right? Like I shouldn't really give up on life yet. Volunteering, yeah, I'm actually considering volunteering for my college. I'm going to actually apply around August, so like a month before my program starts. I'm going to go to my local college and probably like volunteer, like maybe as a designer, like making like posters and magazines for the school. Yeah, actually, I'm not 26 yet. I'm basically like 26 because I'm turning 26 this year. I turned 26 basically in a month. But I like to consider myself 26 because, right, I don't really want to, like, say I'm 25 because I'm closer to the age 26 than 25. I would be 25 last year. But yeah, I'm a 1990s kid. Well, like, I'm basically born in 1999. So I feel like born in 1999 kind of sucks in a way because I feel like when I was born, the internet was still in the infant stage. Life was good, and now social media has to freaking ruin everything. But also, I am kind of grateful for social media in some ways. Like this, I'm able to actually communicate with people around the world, share my life in a way. Back then, I feel like you couldn't really do this, but there are ups and downs, of course. Like usually in my videos, you can see that I tend to like be very negative, but I do also want to be realistic and hard on myself just so I can get back on my feet. And yeah, honestly, like I feel like I'm not really making enough now, to be frank. That's why I'm like looking for side hustles. Like I might go back to freelancing. So the situation's like this. Like some of you might be curious, right? Why am I exactly like how am I even getting by, right? It's like $20 an hour because that's like $2 above minimum wage, right? It's like pretty bad salary, like if you want to freaking live comfortably. But basically, like I sort of borrow money from my parents, and I basically have to pay them back, right? Essentially, I have to pay them close to 1,000 Canadian per month, which is very rough. So I barely have any amount of money for food, and honestly, just luckily though, my landlord doesn't charge too much for rent, but my parents know them, so luckily we got a nice discount. But still, it feels like I do want to explore the world. I always want to travel. I actually never really traveled to many countries. I've been to Cancun, Mexico with my parents like 3 times when I was grade 10. And yeah, I'm just gonna quickly read the Discord. Oh, looks like some of people are late. Reniko, I'm not sure if you're in the stream, but let me know if you are. By the way, let me know what you guys want to talk about. I might... Yeah. Looks like some people are talking on my server, but yeah, let me know what you guys think. Like, I'm not sure what to talk about really, but really appreciate you all being here and watching my videos. Really, like, I just want this to be a very like closely knit community where I just can express my opinions freely with all of you, because I know that the internet can be a very dark place sometimes. There's not a lot of genuine content out there. I sort of just want to connect with people that do want to resonate and be connected more, because I know a lot of people feel like they're out of place in life and they don't really fit in with other people, because you can see people in like social media, right? A lot of them post like happy photos, but in reality, not everybody feels that way. But yeah, I'm probably just gonna conclude the stream soon. But in my next stream, I'll probably talk more about life. Sorry if I disappointed everyone who expected me to talk about life more like my videos. But I wanted this to be more casual and just a conversation between me and all of you. And I know that the stream might be kind of hard to sit for some you folks, because I'm quite socially awkward. This is my first time doing a stream like this, so really appreciate y'all still here. And yeah, hopefully the next stream will go a lot more smoothly and my audio wouldn't fail on me. Well, it's mostly my fault, but yeah. Captain Glaze, you said what's my favorite comic book? I don't really read comics books anymore, but I used to like Captain Underpants. I'm not sure if any one of you know Captain Underpants. It's like my favorite like, well, it's like half a comic. I also like Bones, Bones comic series. Oh yeah, this is my childhood, man. Any of you guys know Phone Bone? Like, this is like a super nice comic book. Like, probably my favorite. Also, Captain Underpants is pretty good in terms of comics. I really like Captain Underpants because they have these mini comic strips they just slap on, and it's like so ridiculous and stupid. So these two. These two are my childhood comic books. I guess Big Nate is solid too. It's not really a comic. Like Big Nate, any of you guys know Big Nate? It's like, I feel like this is more like Gen Z and millennial books. I guess Geronimo Stilton's pretty good, and Garfield, of course. So Geronimo Stilton, you guys probably know if you guys are very old. Like this. Oh yeah, how could I forget Diary of a Wimpy Kid? Diary of a Wimpy Kid is huge, man. Like, my favorite book has to be like Snow Days, man. Because I remember that... Oh, Cabin Fever, sorry. Because I remember I got this during Christmas. I read it like 3 times during Christmas break. Man, it takes me back. When was it released, by the way? I'm curious. Oh, 2011. Man, that was before life gone to crap. I feel like after 2012, life just became worse. This is like when social media was not, you know, in a bad place. 2011, I'd say. Explains why I like this book a lot more. Yep. I'm going to show you guys some, actually, I'm not sure if any of you watch Korean dramas, but I did watch a couple in the past. I'm trying to figure out my drama list. I know a lot of you are probably into like Western shows like The Last of Us, but I'm into like dramas too, like other than Squid Game, of course. I'm sure a lot of you know Squid Game, and tons of games like Roblox ended up making games based off of it. But honestly, I watched quite a bit. I watched a bit of Alchemy of Souls, Flower of Evil. That's a pretty good one. Reset is pretty good too. This is actually a pretty underrated show, I feel like. It's basically about like almost like Groundhog Day, right? Pretty much they try to get off a bus, and every time they die, they go back to the time when they are stuck on a bus. So they have to figure out how to get out of this time loop. So this is actually a really interesting concept. Also, Death's Game is also not a good show. This is actually quite interesting, like the plot. Basically, this person ends up... Okay, I'm actually not going to spoil because, yeah, it's just really deep because, you know, I would say if you feel like life is meaningless, if you don't really want to live anymore, watch this show. It'll change your life, honestly. Like this show might just save your life, honestly. Even though it's like more of a for fun show, you know, it's not a show that you should take too seriously, but yeah, you get the point. Jeremy Kalbahag, I did the 100. Well, I didn't do 100 push-ups. I did only like, 30 push-ups. Sorry if I disappointed you. And I'm so glad a lot of you know Diary of a Wimpy Kid as well as Bone, Big Nate. Thanks. Man, some of your names I will admit, I don't want to be rude, but it's so hard for me to pronounce it. For me, I really do try to pronounce stuff, but I just don't want to risk pronouncing it wrong because I don't want to make you upset because I really do try, but yeah. Alice in Borderland's pretty good too. Yeah, I watched both seasons. Oh, Jeremy, great. I didn't know you do 30 as well. Honestly, you should be happy you're doing 30. I know a lot of people who can only really do like 10 or 20 push-ups. But yeah, if you have any questions, feel free to ask me, or if anything you want to talk about. At this point, I just want to like talk about stuff. I can technically play a game, but the only thing about playing games is that if I'm playing a game, we probably wouldn't be talking as much because I'm going to be focused on the game, right? If I'm playing Roblox, I would be focusing like majority my energy on it. But actually, let's see if there's any games I have that requires very low brain power. Hades is actually a pretty fun game. I'm not sure if any of you guys know this. This is actually a pretty interesting game, which I might try out. Actually, I'm gonna just play a bit of it because I want to show you some of you. This is a game I recently played. It's like a roguelike game, and this is a lightweight game. So you guys, I will be able to read your comments as well. I'm gonna make sure it's not full screen, and I'm gonna turn down the volume. But I just want to show you a game I'm passionate about. Right? A lot of you are probably like curious about what type of games I like. For me, recently, I've been very into roguelike games. I feel like it's because it's very distracting. I end up getting super immersed, and I go full tryhard mode, right, to survive. Sure, a lot of you also use video games as a form of like escapism, whether it's TV shows as well. But the nice thing about this game is that it's not very addicting, like League of Legends or like Fortnite, And apologize if you can't hear me that well. Let me just close everything. Oh, you're into Binding of Isaac. Jeremy, my GPU is a 4060, so it's like a low-end graphics card from 2023. That's hilarious. None. Can I troll you? My name is... And good thing I did not say that. Thanks for the disclaimer, though. If you didn't say, can I troll you, I would have said it, to be honest. Questions. Is chili soup, is cereal soup? I think chili is soup, yes. Cereal is not soup, I'm sorry. Cereal is just cereal. Because I feel like soup has to be savory. Like, it has to be like... I don't know how to describe a soup. I feel like soup has to be something that has, like, spices in it. And something you would consume, like, other than breakfast. Anyways, I'm probably not gonna keep explaining because feel like I'm just gonna start rambling into another topic which I have no idea of. Anyways, I'm just gonna close this window. Let me know if you guys can see the game. And I think the game is just lagging everything. I'm gonna actually make this possibly okay. Sound is gonna be super low. Okay, actually I'm gonna do it halfway. Actually, I'm gonna make it super freaking low. Did it freaking break? Okay, why is this like that? Yeah, but let me know if you guys can see the game. I'll probably just play a bit and just chat and chill, you know? I'm just gonna do stuff I normally do, you know? Just gonna take it easy. I normally just play games after work like this. I can show you how this game works. Let me know if you guys can see the game. I'm not sure why it's like super dark. Like what's going on? The game just suddenly becomes dark mode as soon as I join. I have idea. Maybe if I don't make this full screen, it should work better. Okay, I don't know why it's so dark. Please tell me it's not going to be dark still. Yeah, it's very dark for some reason. I think it might be the brightness. Display. Controls. Settings. Brightness. Oh, there we go. Brightness needs to be like, there we go. Okay, now you guys can probably see the game very well. Holy, okay, that's too bright. That is way too bright. I think halfway would be good. Yeah, that's good. Anyways, I'm going to just put the chat on the side. Why can't I do full window mode? Oh, I have a good idea, guys. I have an idea of what I can do. I'm going to go to like this. There we go. Now I can see you guys as well on the side. Perfect. Yeah, it's basically like you traveling to the underworld. I actually recommend playing it if you guys are not into the games itself. It's actually pretty interesting. And darn it, I can't. Okay, there we go. Okay, nice. I can see the chat as well now. Perfect. So you guys probably can't hear the sound, which is fine because this sound can get pretty loud, like the sound effects when you kill enemies. But it's a pretty interesting game, honestly. Honestly, I'm probably only going to use headphones. I don't really care about the sound. Guys. Okay, good. I just got scared. I saw it froze. Do you know what the good thing about this game is? If you guys are using a really bad laptop, if you don't have a graphics card, this game is still like, you're able to run this game because it's not very demanding. You can literally run this on like Intel HD 620 graphics. Yeah, I don't really have two monitors, but it's fine though because I have my chat on the right. You guys can see the chat as well. I'm sort of going for a budget build. I play on like 1080p pretty much. Like I'm pretty much a 1080p gamer, you know. I technically do have a laptop as well, which I could use, but I don't really see the point currently. I think I'm gonna do this. But yeah, this is the game pretty much. Like, it's like a roguelike. It actually runs pretty well. You guys can see, like, how well it runs, despite me, like, you know, having a bad CPU. My CPU is from 2013, like my processor, and I'm still able to stream this game, luckily. Oh yeah, that's true, yeah. I think it's probably useful if I stream, but personally for my videos, I don't really stream because I never really thought of doing that, because I never really thought I would even have an audience, you know, because I don't think anyone would really care about me playing games. Like, I'm not very good at video games, as you can see. I feel like people prefer me just like talking generally, right? So it's understandable. Like, I feel like I'm just not someone who's like built for, you know, playing games. Because I know some people are very talented. It does require a bit of skill. I'm just someone who's like, yeah, I try to like cut back on pretty much. There's other words I tend to say a lot. It's also you know is a bad word. I think it's probably worse than because is less noticeable than like you know. You probably heard a lot of other people on YouTube or your friends who say you know sometimes, right? Like that cake is good, you know? Like, and yeah, I'm probably gonna stop saying pretty much because I know it can be distracting. Oh yeah, let me know if you guys want me to do something else. I'm just playing this just to like pass time, you know? Because, and also like in general, like I would play Roblox, but I feel like it's more fun with other people, right? And I'm pretty sure like I don't really want to spend too much time. Oh, Zaz, thank you. Yeah. Yeah, I feel like angles matter too much. That's why I don't really try too hard in my videos for my angle, because you know I want to just like be genuine in my videos. That's why I don't really like spend too much time on like preparation and stuff. I just want it to be raw. Like the funny thing is that like I used to care a lot about my appearance. I feel like I would say if you asked me like 3 years ago, I would take my appearance a lot more seriously. You can see from my previous videos, it's a lot higher production, right? Even my Minecraft videos. I feel like a lot of my videos back then, even I wasn't really my true self. Like I always like hide behind a slight mask. But recently I realized that like I should just sometimes embrace my true self, you know, my true personality. Even if I do make a fool out of myself, like not everything has to be taken seriously. I feel like back then I definitely was, you know, not genuine. Like when I was making Minecraft videos, a lot of times it was mostly just for attention back then. Yeah, appreciate you staying. I didn't expect you to stay this long anyways, because the stream was originally only supposed to be 1 hour, right? But yeah, I feel you, Green Gundam. Like games is so exhausting. That's why like I don't play games, because games require a bit of mental fortitude, right? You need a bit of, it's totally understandable. I feel like that's why a lot of gamers are younger, right? When you're older, your attention span and well, like your, what do you call it? Your reaction speed is a lot worse, right? You might notice. Like RPM. You probably can't play a lot of fast-paced games like shooters when you're older. Yeah, true. I realize that being confident is just being confident being yourself, even if you tend to screw up a lot of times. But obviously, there is a sense of dignity you still need to take accountable for yourself, right? You can't just like be like full on Neanderthal, right? Full on monkey mode, right? Like if you just express your true self, you're just gonna straight up, you know, wreak havoc. But you guys know what I mean, right? Like that's why I think I read somewhere that humans have an inherent desire for like, you know, what do you call it? Like basically like we sort of have to like hold ourselves back sometimes, right? Because if we become too animalistic, if we just focus too much on that aspect of life, we just like have no rational thinking. We're pretty much no different than an animal. We're basically monkeys without rational thinking. The difference between human and an animal is that humans pretty much have rational thinking. We can hold back our actions. Animals are unpredictable. All their actions are pretty much through gut feelings and natural instincts, right?
Interesting. Pounds pretty cons. Sure, I don't see why not.
Yeah, basically, okay, I'm gonna be honest. None. When I'm out and about, I would say I definitely put on a mask at work. I put on a mask at work. I'm more genuine when I stream or make videos, like right now. But at work, I still show myself, but definitely I can't, talk back too much about my coworkers and managers, just corporate life. Yeah, honestly, like, sometimes I just feel like it's better to just relax and take life easy sometimes, right? Like, life doesn't always have to be productive. I've recently spoke to a person. He said that pretty much like sometimes it's okay to just take a step back, like not overthink. Like life doesn't have to be that hard. Like sure, like I might be a super shitty place right now. A lot of things I need to change, but I can still enjoy life sometimes, right? I don't necessarily have to try to min-max my life. Treat it like MMORPG. Treat it like I used to think that life is just all about hustling, but obviously that was a balance you need in life as well. That's why I'm doing this like on the side, because I feel like it's nice to just explore new hobbies too. Like I recently got back into reading and like I might even get back to drawing, right? Like before I had the raw mentality, I gave up on graphic design and art because I was worried, okay? Like AI, like Chat GPT, like not just that, like Midjourney are taking over the design and art industry, right? Like it's kind of hard to, I'm kind of worried because like no one really like can't make a career out of art anymore because AI is taking everything. But I think it's not good to just be a doomer and look at it from an extreme standpoint. Sometimes you have to accept that you can still do things even if they're not productive or are going to yield a tangible value and increase your market value as a person. Like that's why people have hobbies, right? Hobbies are not meant to be productive. They're meant to make you feel good and feel happy in life, right? I think I had the wrong mentality a lot of times where I expect a hobby to be like a self-fulfilling prophecy where I just want the hobby to be a good long-term investment, but not everything has to be an investment in life. Like I guess your relationships, but you guys get the point. You asked what elo am I in League of Legends? Well, I peaked plat 4, but now I'm basically like bronze. Because like I don't really play ranked anymore, I quit. But yeah, I'm just playing this just so you guys can see something in the background, honestly. Honestly, this game is pretty chill. I feel like this is a nice game to play while streaming because I don't really need to sync in this game. Actually, I do, but you guys get the point. And I notice I say that a lot too. I'll say I don't even care about what I get, the power up I get in this game. I never tried Dota 2, but I heard it's like more slower paced than League of Legends. And League of Legends, one of these games I would never stream, honestly. I would not stream competitive games like Marvel Rivals, League of Legends, Counter-Strike, because I feel like that just takes me away from the experience of being relaxed and peaceful and tranquil, right? When you're a competitive game, you're on a completely different mindset. Like, I feel like the way I think completely changes too. That's why I would rather just play games like Roblox and Minecraft, like laid back games, right? Even Stardew Valley. Or single player games, because I feel like my mental just becomes horrible when I'm playing competitive games. My brain just can't handle it. That's why I think a lot of people just like don't really play these type of games in general. Oh, these enemies are getting stronger, yeah. Also, yeah, this game is called Hades for everyone who's watching. Like, you probably already know if you've been here for a long time, but I'm gonna be honest though, I don't really play this game that much. I just thought this game is lightweight enough that my computer or stream won't crash when I'm like trying to stream it. And I died. But yeah, I'll probably stream like some games in the future, but I still want the main theme of my stream just to be like a conversation between me and you guys. And maybe next time I'll be more organized. Like maybe I'll start I might even like talk more deep about life. I know today I didn't really talk too much about life, but I just wanted today to just be more casual because I'm kind of tired from work. And yeah, it's 8 o'clock now, unfortunately. Oh, I never tried VR. I thought of getting like a VR headset, like HTC Vive or Oculus Rift, but they're kind of expensive, right? I know there's also the, what do you call it, the Apple Vision Pro, but I'm never really into VR because I realized from a lot of people I spoke about VR, they said that it's fun for the first 4 or 5 hours, first day, but your head, like, it kind of hurts after a while. You get a headache and it's heavy on your head. And Xander, thanks for being here as well. And yeah, I'll definitely be down to doing a vlog, even if just like in the proximity of my home, you know. I'm down to like do a IRL stream too. Like if you guys want me to stream away from my computer, like not playing games, then I'm happy to do that too. Like really depends, because I'm also down to just make stupid videos, you know, me like showing you guys my favorite instant ramen, you know, stupid stuff in life. Sometimes life, we shouldn't take life too seriously, right? Life is already like super hard to go by sometimes, so there's no need to like be too stressed sometimes.
You're pretty quick. Dash like.
Yeah, I'll be down to play some co-op games with some of you. I can even stream it while we play sometimes, like, or even off stream, because I feel like it's probably more appropriate. And
Prestigious. Financial strength.
but yeah, I'm surprised how well the game runs, despite it. Anyways, I'm probably gonna like stop playing this game because I feel like I'm getting too focused on this game and kind of feel like kind of done with this game for now. You know, games are fun, like occasionally, but I don't know. For me, I just don't find games as fun anymore. Like you guys can see, I have a lot of games here. I have Baldur's Gate 3, I have Borderlands 2, I got Grand Theft Auto 5, I got Wizard 101, I got freaking Guild Wars 2, Fall Guys. You know, the funny thing is that you might think, oh, I'm a super hardcore gamer. I got like Counter-Strike 2, Star Wars The Old Republic, Darkest Dungeon, Marvel Rivals. But in reality, a lot of these games, I have it installed from 5 years ago, alright? A lot of these games I quit. Like nowadays, I may play the occasional League of Legends game, but really, a lot of these games I quit nowadays just because I just kind of moved on from a lot of the games I play, you know? Like those are great games, great memories, but I want to pick up more healthy hobbies, right? Like reading a book or like drawing. Actually, wait, let me show you a book I've been reading lately. It's pretty nice. So Station 11 is a pretty sick book. It's pretty much kind of like 1984, Brave New World. It's like a dystopian novel. It's pretty... I actually got the autographed copy as well, which is pretty nice because, you know, not everybody's going to have it. I'll show you the signature as well. Where's the signature, actually? I think the signature is actually over here. Yeah, it's pretty sick. I can show you. Yeah, I have a drawing pad. Unfortunately, I don't have like a drawing tablet, you know, like an electronic drawing tablet. Oh, Martin Connor. That game is Hades, by the way. Welcome to the stream, by the way, Martin. What do you think people are not grateful enough for? Sorry for not reading a comment earlier. Basically, I said that I think that the reason why a lot of people aren't grateful for is just like being grateful they're alive. I know that's like super, you know, extreme, but seriously, if you think about it, so many people are going through like chronic pain, right? If you don't have chronic pain, then you should be very grateful. Some people might have a permanent back condition. They might have to take a lot of medications in the morning, right? Even if it's just tedious work. I should be grateful about my life because I don't really take medication. I used to have to take it, but I don't take any medication now. No antibiotics. So I'm very grateful that my health is decent, okay? I feel like a lot of small things we need to appreciate in life. It could be pretty much anything. Being able to live on a roof. Some people are starving out there, okay? Like, we need to be grateful for some things, no matter how crap life
goes for us, we need to appreciate life for what it is. Everything is going to be temporary. Like, you might have super bad days where you just don't feel like doing anything, but those days won't be permanent, okay? Trust me, you won't be suffering for over 30 years. There will be good days. If those bad days, there are going to be good days you look forward to. If every day is a good day, how would you really exactly determine a day where you feel happy, right? That's why I think it's suffering is honestly a blessing in disguise, right? It's kind of like the same as in immortality. If we're happy all the time, we wouldn't exactly know what it feels to be depressed. So we should be more grateful that we can actually feel happiness, and it feels more rewarding when we do feel happy. Ines, you said, sorry, I cannot pronounce your name. You said, do you plan to go back to school in the future? Well, yeah, I do. I plan taking business administration in September this year. And let me show you all. Yep, I have Castle Crashers, Captain Glaze. And let me show you my drawing pad. I only drew one drawing in that notepad, but yeah. Oh, Mark and Connor, you said mental health is considered. Oh yeah, that's true. Yeah, the thing about mental health is that I feel like it varies, right? Some people, there's different degrees of it, right? Some people feel it for the entire, like majority of their life, but I feel like you can still feel happy, right? Like, there are temporary solutions to it, like antidepressants. I feel like there are still some remedies, right? There might not be a cure to depression, but it's something we all feel as humans. In one sec. So I got my drawing pad right here. This is a drawing I drew. I think this is from Castle in the Sky. This drawing, it's like from a Studio Ghibli film. I should really start doing drawing streams too. I feel like I have so many things I'm grateful for in my life. Like, I'm able to at least be able to draw, right? I have hands, fingers, and I have experience drawing, right? I could even do a drawing stream. I could do gaming streams. I could do reading streams too. I feel like a lot of times I just think too negative in life, unfortunately. But honestly, I just really want to also help you all, because I know a lot of you are going through similar things as me, and I know life can be tough. And I just want to almost inspire some of you that you can feel happy, right? Like, my life is pretty bad, but sure that we can all get through the hard times. Xander, you said one step at a time gets me through most days. Yep, exactly. I feel like before I set too high expectations for myself, high expectations leads to high disappointments. Before, I used to want you to straight up get a job straight away, become like a freaking senior UX designer in like 2 years. But sometimes you have to take breadcrumb steps, right? Very tiny steps. You don't want to eat the whole freaking cake. You want to just eat like a slice, one day at a time. So Riley said, have you ever read about Buddhism or Taoism? Seems like you lined some up with those ideas. Actually, in fact, I did read some audiobooks regarding Buddhism. I know about a brief history of it, how pretty much the person that founded it, pretty much he abandoned his rich lifestyle to live as almost like a monk, and he wants to reach nirvana, and he kind of gave up on his lavish lifestyle, right? He had all the food in the world, but he decided to travel the lands. He wanted to figure out, why is there exactly pain and suffering in the world? What is our true purpose and alignment in life? What keeps us happy and motivated, right? I feel like it's definitely an interesting thing to think about. I'll probably read more upon Buddhism in the future. And the kid asks, do you believe in life after death? And what's your take on religion? So this is a very heavy topic. For me, I feel for right now, I feel like I rely too much on my gut feeling for things like death and religion, right? I feel like science isn't a very reliable source for religion, because you can't really scientifically base your ideas upon if God is real or not, right? Like, physical matter is not going to determine if God's alive. Like, it's something you sort of have to almost like transcend beyond the human body. You have to immerse in your soul, if that makes sense. And Andrew Trujillo, I did do my 100 push-ups already. Now I'm just showing people my drawing from like couple months ago. You know, I literally have the funniest thing. This is my only drawing in my notepad. Like literally, the rest is all like blank. I might start drawing in my streams. Maybe draw one thing every time I stream, and I can kind of track my journey and document my journey each day. You know, you guys can draw along with me as well. And Curry Slayer asked me if I'm in autism spectrum. I haven't really diagnosed for autism yet, like, but I feel like I do have it, sadly, because I've seen a lot of comments. But I know that I shouldn't self-diagnose. I actually like read somewhere that self-diagnosing yourself is very unhealthy. A lot of people say they have ADHD or OCD, but if you never diagnose yourself, if you never fully got diagnosed by a practitioner, then you shouldn't really consider yourself, you know, having ADHD. Andrew, I didn't end up doing the personality test because I feel like it was very too long. Like, a lot of people said it was just baloney. Like, you know, that personality test just feels like... That's exactly goes to my point earlier. I feel like personality tests are just more for fun, right? They're not meant to be taken seriously. The kid asked, do you ever get scared when it comes to ghosts and spirituality and things of that nature? You know, do you know what the crazy thing is? The kid, 1 year ago, like, I would say even like, yeah, a year or 2 years ago, I was terrified of ghosts. Like, I would literally, like even when I was a kid, I would look left and right in the dark because I would be terrified of ghosts, man. Nowadays, I don't care. You know, I feel like I always almost like feel empathy for ghosts. I don't even care. I don't feel afraid of ghosts and natural beings anymore. I think my mentality definitely changed after I dived in more into philosophy. I feel like the right way of living life for me right now is, I wouldn't say like pitying people, but just living life in a way that's not full of ego, not full of emotion. Well, like, you know what I mean? Like, in a way that you don't have to take things seriously in a way. Like, you don't have to have dignity, because a lot of people care about the self-worth, right? Their market value, their skill set, like if they're able to get a job. If you don't take certain things seriously, you won't be scared of things, because you realize that, you know, there's a lot more worse things to be scared about, right? Like, ghosts are great. Like, what's the worst case scenario, right? I get haunted and I die, right? Like, I feel like sometimes you just have to take it easy. And, you know, I kind of feel bad for the ghosts as well. Like, you need to have a sense of empathy as well when living life. Like, before, I used to take life way too seriously in a way. Nowadays, I sort of have the I don't really freaking care anymore mindset, which I think can be healthy. But obviously in my videos, you might notice I'm completely opposite, right? I almost sound nihilistic, like a doomer, but that's exactly why I feel like it's good to have a way, an avenue for you to let go of your emotions, so you do feel tranquil and happy outside of when you're letting go of the emotions. Because I feel like a lot of times you just need a sort of like trauma dump, right? An avenue for you to just let go of all your traumas and fears, so you can live more happy elsewhere. And I know a lot of this doesn't make sense. I'm just rambling at this point, but this is just from my perspective of life currently. And yeah, Andrew, I guess it makes sense. I might do the personality test another day if you're curious, but yeah, it's a bit late. I've been streaming for 2 hours, but curiously, you asked what part of Canada am I from? I'm from the West Coast, so like BC. I'm planning on actually doing meetup in the future for all of you who are here still. I'm planning on doing meetup in like Vancouver if you all are down, like in around June. And it'll be nice to see some of you internationally if you guys are able to meet. I'm planning on even like hosting like a pretty big event almost. Like, I know, like, spoke to some people. Martin's gonna be there, right, Martin? Like, oh, Andrew, I would love to join podcasts. Honestly, like, I've really been trying to work on my social skills. You might notice I do stutter a lot. And, oh, Jeremy, that's sick. You live in Vancouver. Well, I'll be down to go in June. Unfortunately, I can't really go these past 2 weeks because I have to work overtime, like next week and the week after that. So I won't be that free. Maybe I can still stream every other day, but or I may make videos. But I do want to make videos whenever I feel like it. But Yeah, consciousness is definitely a blessing and a curse, Green Gundam. I think it's good to have a separation between your fears and your tranquilness and happiness, right? I feel like a lot of people just mash them into one thing. That's how I live life now. I live almost like separate life, and you might think that's not genuine, but for me, I feel like that is different from being authentic and genuine. I feel like it's more about filtering out your negative thoughts and just accepting you for the way you are for just a time being. Oh, dang, you lived in an RV. Yeah, I feel like van life definitely can really change people's life, right? You escape from the 9 to 5 hellscape. Literally, 9 to 5 stinks. I'm sure some of you can handle working like 8 to 10 hours a day, but for the mass majority of us, I feel like it's soul crushing because we can't really think we're on a job. We're expected to meet the quota of the job, and we have to satisfy the quarterly revenue report and report to the CEO, right? We don't really make much decisions in our life, unless you're working remotely, but still. Oh yeah, East Hastings is super scary, man. Like, I remember, like, I was literally walking on needles on the ground in East Hastings. Do you know what the funny part is? Like, I used to go there quite often, just because there was a lot of events there, like, for training. Actually, one of my friends back then tagged me to the Fort Training event in Vancouver, and I ended up ditching him, and he no longer was my friend because of that. Because, yeah, I sort of got scammed. There's so many stupid stories I also want to share in my videos. Like, I got scammed so many times. Another time, someone from my company asked me to co-sign a loan. If you don't know what that is, pretty much they want you to freaking sign a contract where you share the same liability for loans. It's just like, I get screwed basically if they don't pay the loan. I have to freaking pay someone else's loan, which is not worth it. Anyways, I'm sorry to ramble at this point. Captain Glaze, you asked me, what do you think happens to us after death? I think what happens to us after death is a really deep question. Do you really want me to be honest? I feel like I would sort of be like, it could take a while, but I guess the short answer is I do think there's a God. I do believe there's a higher divinity, a higher entity. Our soul will survive. Our human body will not survive after death, but our consciousness will survive. Something will happen to us in afterlife. I just don't know how the process is going to be like, but we'll see. But that's just my gut feeling. You guys don't have to take me literally. I just feel like my gut feeling thinks there is life after death. Because I feel like there's always this feeling in my chest. I don't know. I just feel like something's watching me from above. Like, I'm not even super religious. I don't go to church. But I just feel like something doesn't sit right. Like, why is Earth designed perfectly that we're able to live here, right? The chances of life is very slim. And somehow, life just happens to be perfect right now, right? I just feel like something has to bring us here some way, right? Like, if there's... Obviously, yeah, I feel like it's very difficult. Like, or the issue is that if I don't believe there's a higher entity and no God, then I'll be fully nihilistic. There would be no point in meaning life. Like, what's the point of living, right? You can just kill yourself, right? Like, I feel like I'd rather believe in a higher divinity, a God, than be completely hopeless in life, thinking there's absolutely no meaning in life. Because if there's no meaning in life, what's the point of even talking to you all, right? I want there to be purpose in life. And I know all of us are going to die one day. Like, this won't be, like, a permanent, sadly. But it's interesting to think about how fragile life can be, right? Like, I might not even be here tomorrow. And I feel like a lot of us take ourselves for granted. I feel like so many people I spoke to talk about their mental health, their depression, how they're struggling with chronic pain, but you have to look at it that all of us are going to die one day. Like, we should be grateful we're alive at this moment, right? All of you watching here, you should be grateful you're alive right now. I know that's like super extreme take, but I really think if you just narrow down to that, you will start feeling a bit better about yourself. That at least you're breathing right now. You're not freaking dying from a panic attack or a heart attack. And honestly, like, a lot of times I just get super anxious. I get worried that I might have a heart attack, like a random heart attack when I fall asleep. Not sure if you ever felt that. I just get anxious when I fall asleep. Have you ever felt like sometimes I'm super scared of sleeping because I feel like what if you fall asleep and you never wake up one day, right? I feel like that is a very interesting thing to think about. Have you ever thought about what if you fall asleep tonight and you realize you're probably never going to wake up after that? Like, that's why I don't like falling asleep, because I'm worried that I might not wake up the next morning. Which I know is a super dumb thing to think about. Maybe I'm just overthinking, but yeah. Anyways, I'm rambling like a ton right now, but this is just the thoughts in my mind. Yeah, I feel like most people are cold-blooded, the kid. You said you live in the New York City area. But yeah, I think that's the issue with a lot of urban cities. Tons of crime. In Brazil, especially as well. Like Mexico. Mexico City is absolute hellscape. That's why I prefer to live in the countryside. I feel like countryside is just very peaceful. It's just harder to go to the hospital, and, you know, it's less convenient. Yeah, Green Gundam. I do feel like this is just a test for all of us. I feel like this, what do you call this? The physical world is definitely almost like a trial period. You can think of it, right? Like a freaking video game trial tutorial before we adventure out. This is the test to see if we're qualified to go to like heaven in a way. That's why I want to live morally, but morality is something very, very complex, right? Some people can say killing someone is moral. And I know that I'm not educated enough, but for me, how I base morality is not based on law, right? It's based more on like what I feel is right. Like, I know that's like super biased take, but it's hard to explain, right? Like, sometimes you can tell if something is not right. Like, for example, killing someone, right? Like, ending someone's life. Like, it also, context matters a lot too. Like, there's just so much complexity to life. It's impossible to narrow down to one single answer. I feel like the issue with a lot of people nowadays is that they think there's a solution and answer to every problem. They only look for the solution answer. They have to understand that there isn't a solution answer to everything in life. And our human brains aren't physically capable of processing the information that allows us to get to that point where we're able to identify the true facts in life. It's a lot of our things are just based on intuition, right? Yeah, honestly, like, I would still say I'm a Christian, even though I don't go to church. I was baptized, and the main reason why I don't go to church anymore is because that has been a pretty bad experience in church. I'm not sure if I shared this with you, but basically, you know how you go donate stuff in church, right? Pretty much what happened was that, like, one of the pastors was quite money hungry. It's pretty much a business at this point. Pretty much he pocketed all the offerings and donations, and he used it to buy a freaking maid in his massive mansion. He had a secret mansion that he bought, was all the money he got from the church donations. I know, that's really sad. I know it's not every church, but that kind of changed my perspective on religion in a way. I know that's just one single church. I'm pretty sure that there are corrupt people everywhere, all right? That's common sense, but it just made me realize that maybe the answer I'm searching for isn't exactly in church. It goes beyond just religion, right? Like, religion, there are people that practice religion just for their own sake, right? They might treat other people's nice just to get a green pass, like a green card to heaven, right? I feel like that, if you think about morality, is very interesting, right? Is someone moral if they're being nice to someone just so they can get a green pass to heaven? I don't know. It just feels like there's so much nuances to this. Like, some people are just selfish, right? They might practice religion just so they can go to heaven, and they just want to escape this hellscape. I know that's a very like weird way of thinking, but sometimes you just gotta have these thoughts and just really try to think about what really matters in life, right? Like, a lot of people say, oh, this guy's good, this guy's evil, but there's so many complexities to it. You don't know people's backstory. People tend to just judge others based on their action themselves. Doesn't judge by their context of their full life story, right? Like, a lot of people have PTSD, past traumas. Maybe they got bullied in school. we just focus on the crime they did. We don't focus on what led to the crime itself. Right? Yeah, unfortunately I have to do yard work. And sorry, I've been rambling on my own. Didn't really read the chat, but yeah, sadly I do have to cut grass. Gotta water flowers, gotta water plants, do all the stuff for the landlord. And yes, in a capitalist society, almost everything is a business. And hey, I realize you have a Chinese name. I actually do speak Mandarin, if you know it. Sadly, I'm not like, I can't really like read Chinese. I can only speak Mandarin. I'm just gonna read a bunch of your comments right now, like chat, because I know that probably missed some. And for all of you tuning in late, I've been streaming since like 5:45. Honestly, I just wanted to push the stream a bit later, just so some of you can still catch up, right? Because I know some of you have busy schedules, but I'm glad you made it if you're still here. Really appreciate it. I'll probably have make another video in a few days. I don't know. I'm probably not gonna have a video tomorrow, but probably have a video like Friday or the weekend of some sort. But yeah. But don't worry, if I stop uploading for like a week, it's just me just taking my time to relax, alright? I won't quit. So like, don't worry, I will still be there. Sometimes I just need breaks, even when it comes to making videos, right? Like, it does feel kind of draining sometimes. And I do like being alone sometimes too, since I am an introvert. Or at least it sounds weird, but ever since I started meditating, I actually believe we all share the same consciousness. That's interesting. I actually never meditated before. Andrew said, I'm sorry to hear church experience was bad. I'm Protestant. I believe that the Bible has more power than church. Yeah, I feel like Bible is definitely more stationary. It's less fluctuous, right? It's pretty much just right there. It's like a book. It's set in stone, you could say. But church can vary, right? There are bad churches, there are good churches. Many people think religion is all good, no evil, right? But there are some evil churches out there. Oh, I'm banning you from Discord. What's your name? You can just add me on Discord maybe, and I can like see who you are. And talk more about girls. What's on the top of my bucket list? I'm class by choice. Also, one sec, guys. I'm gonna check the battery on my phone because I'm actually using my phone as my webcam. So hopefully my battery doesn't die. So I'm just gonna move my camera a bit, but I'll fix it just in time. The battery is okay. The battery is kind of low now, so I probably won't stream too long. Sorry if you saw some trash. I basically have a shelf on the side where I just put random crap. I planning on doing some house cleaning like this weekend. I've really been delaying it because life is tough, man. I don't really have that much time at work. After work, most of the time I'm just too tired and drained, But I think I'm gonna just get a sip of water. I'll be back, and I'll probably just stay for a few more minutes. But yeah, I'll be back in like 2 minutes. Alright, I'm back. Yeah, honestly though, my house is actually not that messy, honestly. Good thing my landlord doesn't see this. Good thing my roommate does not see this. But, yeah, honestly, it's not dirtiest, I'll probably have to be cleaning before my roommate comes back, but, yeah, I think it should be okay for now. Oh, Martin, I don't know who that person is, but you can just figure out. Oh, Aurora, thank you. Honestly, I just did my hair today. It's kind of surprising how when I do my hair, it makes a huge amount of difference, right? Honestly, like a lot of people say my glasses are just like these glasses don't fit me. I don't know if you think so too, but I feel like it might have some merit to it because I feel like these glasses are kind of small. Like I don't know how you feel. Oh, welcome, Dirty Mike. Can you tell us a little big about you? What does that mean? Well, I don't know what that means, but in terms of big, I don't know what you mean by big. I guess. Okay, let's put it into a heavy scale, right? I guess I could think more like what I see myself doing, like personality wise, right? Like, I would say I'm big on ambition, right? I'm a very ambitious person. I also have big muscles. Just kidding. I don't have big muscles. I wish. Honestly, I can. Yeah, honestly, I'm a quite skinny person. You guys can tell if you guys are new. But good news is that my skin is quite clear now. You guys can see I don't really have like too much like crap going on. I used to have eczema. It was absolutely horrible. I have red scales all over my freaking arm. It was pretty damn bad. Now I'm grateful I have no more skin condition, right? And no worries, Dirty Mike. I mean, like, but yeah, thanks for the donation, by the way, for all the people who donated. Thanks for being here. You're also welcome to join my Discord server if you want to have a conversation. All of you, I have a Discord server, which I'm actually going to link right now because I know a lot of you are not in my Discord server. And I really want to talk more to you. I think I am in the Spectrum, yeah. I'm going to try to find my Discord server link because I feel like I cannot find it right now. And one sec, guys, I think I might quickly, I'm just trying to figure out my Discord link. Oh yeah, so if you want to join a Discord server, you guys can join right here. And wow, I'm surprised there's still 26 people watching my stream right now. Very appreciate all of you still here, by the way. This is my Discord server if you want to join. I normally post my new videos there so you guys can stay up to date, as well as I'll be sharing a lot about my life in that server. If you want to stay up to date and, you know, I'm probably going to just document my journey anyways. Oh, nice. Yeah, I feel like I recognize some of your names, not all. Yeah, I feel like the medieval times is very different. I feel like a lot of people get hate on it for some reason. Like, they think it's, like, super bad. But for me, I feel like there's no social media, right? People are more genuine, right? Nowadays, there's a lot of social media. Like, if I go to my homepage, I feel like social media can be good, but, you know, there's a lot of, like, negative things, you know, like Canada. Like, I don't really want to see this. Like, if you go... Like, my news feed is flooded with Canadian news. Like, Mark Carney... Like, it just gets depressing when I see politics sometimes. Like, it's a bit much. Like, yeah. But anyways, yeah. I actually don't know what I'm gonna do. But yeah, you can see, like, well, it's pretty rough sometimes. I'm sorry, curiously, I don't know who you are. You can add me on Discord and explain your situation. I'll love to speak to you on Discord, but... And sorry if I miss a bunch of your comments. I'm going to go up again. I feel so bad for not answering some of your questions. I'm so sorry because there's a lot, but... Okay, Green Gundam says, I'm Catholic by church. Can I make this bigger? Okay, perfect. I'm going to do this so you guys can see the full scale of the chat. There we go. Actually, I'm going to do this. There, you guys can see it. My bucket list. Okay, my bucket list is kind of like a heavy topic. I might cover it in the video itself. So I apologize I can't do it now because there's still a lot of people I need to go through. But one of my biggest items for bucket list is I want to change the world in some way. Like I made a video on that, how I want to create a platform. Like it could be a website that kind of helps people see the world a bit differently almost. You know? Because I feel like a lot of people see the world in a conventional way, in a way that satisfies the social norms of a society. We're pretty much all sheep, you know? Like, I want people to embrace authenticity and genuine behavior. That's why I'm here just, being myself, I'm not expecting here trying to, impress myself. I'm just here trying to just talk to you all and try to, I wouldn't say educate because, I'm not educating myself, but I just want to show a different side of the world, right? This is a side of the world you don't really see, especially on YouTube or like Facebook, right? Like maybe only your friends would say stuff like this to you, but I just want to treat you all like if you were my friend, like sitting with me currently. Like, anyways, there's a lot to go through. Don't worry, I'm just reading right now. I might not read out loud everything, but don't put that into the universe. Sounds weird. Meditating. Oh yeah, meditating. I thought of it, but I'll consider it. All right. I feel like there was definitely other ways to feel peace too. In a capitalist society, almost everything's a business. Yep, that's right. And cool, you speak Mandarin. Yeah, thanks. I'm glad you're on the same page, the kid. Yeah, when we die as humans physically, I feel like our soul transfers into the afterlife. Talk about girls. Yeah, honestly, I'm never really spoke to girls in my life. I'm still like single, sadly. I know you guys might be shocked that I'm single, right? But that's reality. I feel like not a lot of girls just approach me, right? I feel like, I don't know. I just feel like there's something about me that girls don't like. I don't know why. Captain Glaze says, what's on the top of your bucket list? I think answered that. Catholic sin. I appreciate all your things, by the way. Nam says, what's my favorite League of Legends champion? I like Master E, Echo, Talon, Wukong. So pretty much assassins, And nice, Rolo. You said very relaxing. I can sleep. That's great. Michael Jordan or LeBron? I don't really follow basketball, but I have to say, like, LeBron James, he just seems like he's more like, I don't know. I feel like it's kind of hard to compare them, but actually Michael Jordan, actually, because he has literally shoe brand, from his name, right? Like Jordan's, he leaves a bigger legacy, right? Like LeBron himself is just more mainstream right now, but I feel like Jordan is just like iconic at this point, like a legendary figure. David, you asked me, did you say in your previous video I was going to study? Yeah, I'm planning on studying business administration in September. Would you consider being with another guy? I'm sorry, but like, I'm not really like sexually attracted to guys. I do find some guys handsome, but I don't know. I still feel like I prefer girls ultimately. Like, I know a lot of people said I was like gender fluid in the past, but I just feel like I have stronger attachment to girls. Yeah. But anyways, I think I'm going to conclude this stream soon. Apologize if you just joined, but, it's been a really pleasant time with all of you. I'm sorry that if I didn't really say the things you guys want to hear. Like, I know in my videos I talk very deep about life. It's just that there's a lot of, I feel quite overwhelmed, right? There's a lot to, it's kind of hard for me to balance reading everything as well as speaking from my mind. But I appreciate you all staying here. Oh, hey, Jolly Green Gamers. Welcome. Also, I'm just curious. How did you guys find me? I'm actually curious if all of you guys came from recent videos or if... Oh, just got off work. How was the stream? The stream has been quite good. I actually managed to get 30 push-ups today. And you missed me doing 30 push-ups. I was struggling. But we pretty much talked about life and we did dumb stuff too in the Figma jam, like a whiteboard. Jeremy asked, do you think Vancouver rights are cold? Yeah, I definitely think they're more closed in. I feel like there's a lack of culture for people that live in Vancouver. It's like everybody has their own trope and clique, Like, typically the Indian folks community in Surrey are probably not going to hang around with the Caucasian folks, right? it's like this massive cultural disparity in Vancouver. And there's also a whole class divide. The Chinese capitalists that own the skyscrapers in downtown Vancouver. And then there's the people living in poverty. It just, man, crazy life. And I feel like the housing market's never going to crash in Vancouver. Vancouver is one of the most expensive places to live in Vancouver. And it's kind of crazy how that the prices will never go down. A lot of people wait until the prices go down. But nowadays, the cheapest house is probably like 1.6 million in the mainland Vancouver. Sadly. The kid says I might have some spirituality attached to me. Yeah, I that's why I'm studying. I'm trying to read more books. I'm still very, like, early on in my, experience in that field. Oh, cool. I'm actually so glad a lot of my videos are recommendations. I feel like YouTube is a really effective way of just spreading my word to a lot of you. Oh, cool. Yeah, I actually do watch Life Outrage too. The funny thing is I actually made these videos before I found out about Life Outrage. And I realized how similar he is with me in terms of our perspective. Like, we're both sort of nihilistic. We're both black pill and, yeah, I hate Gen Z video. That's one of my better performing videos. I feel like during that time, I wasn't very into philosophy. I feel like I was still very naive at the time. I feel like nowadays, I do have a better understanding of the world. It's kind of crazy, right? It's only been like a month or two, but I feel like I learned so much this past month. Like, my free time, I've really taken the time to learn more about myself, like spiritually, like outside of the physical world, and more about philosophy. And it really changed and broadened my worldview and perspective of life. Because back then I was just like distracting myself with everyday commodities and products like video games, TV shows, movies, Like, I feel like there's so much more life to just like consuming products every single day. Like, they just serve as a nice temporary relief, but they're not really something you should aim for doing your entire life. Yeah, definitely I should choose everything wisely, like PC, PS5, Xbox. Sorry, I do not know who Saint DBDR is. You can let me know. And cool, Dirty Mike. I didn't know I was appeared on your For You page. That's amazing. Honestly, I'm so glad I got recommended to all of you. And I know, a lot of you think I'm unconventional, right? You probably rarely see someone stream and do dumb crap like me on this platform like YouTube, but I just want this to be a very genuine and authentic way of me to reach out to people on this platform, because YouTube is one of these platforms I've been using since I was like 12 years old. My first video was a Minecraft video, Minecraft Pocket Edition video. I was like 14 years old. You can even look at it. I sounded pretty much the same almost, just a bit higher pitched. YouTube has always just been something I enjoy doing, But now I feel like I have a bit more purpose in life, right? Just spreading my knowledge, even if it's very biased, very limited, and very shallow. I still feel like I want to reach out to people and just learn more about you all, because I feel like it's kind of hard to learn just from books, right? And textbooks. And cool, Andrew. It seems like a lot of you actually ended up like feeling this way, and I think the society definitely like made us so we're more aware of these stuff now. I'm actually thinking we're starting to see change. I realize a lot of people actually resonate with things I say in my videos, and I really appreciate all of you listening and being part of my journey, And yeah, honestly, like, I could probably be doing something on stream besides talking, but really I just enjoy speaking to y'all more, really, than playing games. I know that it's not the most exciting thing to do, but just something I just feel happy about, just connecting with y'all, because I know I've read a lot of your comments, but it feels differently when I'm speaking to y'all in the chat. And it's kind of hard to reach out to all of you, because I know not all of you use Discord, right? Discord is sort of like a gaming communication app. Not all of you are going to be on it, so it's understandable if you don't want to join Discord, because it's very niche, which I understand. It's mostly the younger generation that uses it, I realized. But yeah, my next video will probably just be like something that more about myself, you know? It doesn't have to be something about life. Maybe about why I actually never drank or smoked in my life. And y'all get an early sneak peek of what it's about, you know? But yeah, basically I never really drank alcohol voluntarily or like smoked in my life. Like not even weed or vape. Yeah, I feel like humans are a lot more similar than we think people are. I feel like a lot of people just want to just relax, and I really appreciate a lot of you do resonate with me. Like you guys don't have to have the same interests as me. You guys actually don't even have to like me, as long as you guys understand me, right? Where I'm coming from. That's all that matters. I'm not here expecting to make friends. As long as you guys connect with me in some way, shape, or form. And that's just great to hear that a lot of my videos do make you feel a bit less alone, because ultimately that's my goal. I just want people to feel like they're not stuck with these feelings alone. And I wish someone like me made videos like these in the past, because I felt alone on YouTube. I couldn't find any videos like these. You might notice a lot of clickbait videos, right? Mr. Beast style videos, lots of balloons and explosions, a lot of manufactured and AI content. It just feels like there's lack of soul on YouTube nowadays. That's why I sort of want to bring back the old style YouTube content, like back in 2009 to 2012. YouTube was a lot better place, a lot more genuine people, and nowadays it's a lot of recycled content. So I do want to eventually forge and find a niche that works out well for me as well, because I know it's not good to spread yourself too, broadly. But yeah, I would say like that's pretty much it for my stream now. Like I stream much longer than I expected. I started streaming around like 5:45. It's been 3 hours. So yeah, that's pretty much it. Like I really appreciate all of you staying here. And if you're still here, thank you for staying here. I know that you probably have work tomorrow, so do get some sleep. And if you're on the other side of the globe, it's probably morning for you. Probably doesn't matter, but I'm just gonna answer one more question because it's getting a bit late. I probably have to sleep in like half an hour, so I have to get ready for bed and wake up at 5 a.m. for my factory work. Yeah, I sleep at 10. So, but I have to get ready. I have to do errands, like have to wash do my laundry and stuff, and clean up the house. The kid asked, "Am I into politics, and how do I feel about the current state of the world?" Well, that I can answer like a bit more in the future. But basically, I don't really like to take sides. I mentioned briefly, I find the whole duality and dichotomy of like liberal and conservative very shallow. People take sides, make their ideology and political alignment their entire personality, and they dismiss everybody who has different worldview and takes on them, right? It just feels like a constant toggle war, and nothing really ever gets done, and it feels like it's all about fallacies, right? It feels like neither side is good and morally just. It's like people might think liberals are the good guys, right? But really they're not. Like they're trying to find ways to blame the conservatives. Like even if they're a bit better, doesn't mean they're good. It just feels like a whole lot of like waste of time. Like ultimately though, the government are very different than us, right? We're the common folk. They have a lot more power than us. Like as much as we want them to be on our side, they won't. And I guess one of my thoughts and needs and kikumoris, I guess that's the final one. I just feel like we all probably experience being shut in. Some of us might not go to school or go to work at some certain stage in our lives. Completely normal. Should not feel ashamed of it. It's completely fine, honestly. So yeah, taking sides is dumb. I think people need to look at things not in a black and white way. And I know this might be a hot take, but really people need to start doing research too. Some people get too, get indoctrinated, right? They hear slogans and they get super amped up, like Pierre Poilievre, like axe to tax, carbon tax earning, right? I feel like there's something to do with the human brain, like Neanderthal, like monkey brain. Like when they think of these catchy catchphrases, it gets ingrained in your head in a way. It's almost psychological. Like even if you don't like it, it gets stuck in your head, and we end up following their side because of it. Because for the longest time, I actually did that too. Yeah, don't take everything at face value. People judge things, like social appearance matters way too much in society. Like people look at things from a face value. Pretty much, you might notice that people tend to elect someone as president or prime minister based on how presidential they look, right? That's why like there isn't a lot of female presidents. In fact, there has never been really a female president in United States history. And yeah, it's unfortunate. Like that's why Donald Trump is popular, right? A lot of people hate him. Like he gets a lot of press. Like he gets a lot of media attention, right? Exposure. Being infamous will make you popular. Being popular means you're gonna get votes, right? Some people just like to troll, right? It feels like life is just a popularity contest at the end of the day. Doesn't matter how disliked you are. If you get attention, like media attention, you're gonna be popular, right? That's why I think the most powerful thing we should do is just ignore Donald Trump, people like him. People spend too much time fixated arguing about him, saying how he's a dumb person, blah, blah, blah. But if you're giving him negative attention, you're just feeding in his ego, right? This is why you don't give anyone any attention if they're like, asking for it. That's what he wants. It's like, I'm surprised like not many people I heard told me about this. It seems like everybody just seems to just feed into negativity, right? Anyways, I think I've rambled enough. It's pretty late, so take care all. If you have any more questions, feel free to join my Discord or on my next stream, which I might do sometime this week. But yeah, next week it's going to be rough, man. Overtime every single day. So I'll see. But yeah, take care before I ramble any longer. Good night. I am sure like there's probably like 2 or 3 people left. But thank you for being here. I will upload another video probably Friday or Saturday or Sunday. Tomorrow or even Thursday, but not Wednesday because it's too late for me to make a video now. So it won't be tomorrow that video comes out. I'll probably upload it on Thursday or Friday then, since it's Tuesday. But yeah, I appreciate everyone who donated in my stream as well. Like, seriously, like, for all of you who even tuned in, like, I feel like recently just been struggling, right? I've really been struggling to pay back, like, my parents and stuff. So, like, any bit of donation also helps if you want to help as well. Like, you guys can also join my membership. It's pretty much like $1. And I might do early access or make some of my videos, like past videos, members only, because a lot of them are personal, I realized. And I don't really want to get canned, by my workplace, like, you know what I mean, right? Like, I don't want it to stay, like, super public forever. I want it to be a bit harder to access, right? So hopefully my coworker boss doesn't see it, but I'll leave it public for everyone for now, at least the next few weeks or even month. But yeah, it really depends, honestly. I don't really want to charge people for it, but I do want to keep it a bit more private, and I'll definitely make it super cheap, right? Like $1, like less than $5. I know there's people charging like $10, and obviously I'm not going to do it for every single video. Don't worry. I'm not going to be those guys that like sell courses, like honestly, it's probably just going to be one or a couple of videos that might be super sensitive. Maybe I could get into legal trouble. You know what I mean, right? Like, I don't want to screw myself too. I kind of care about my privacy. I'm already sharing a lot in my videos, but I just want to be genuine, so hopefully that doesn't backfire. But anyways, take care all. Already rambled again, and have a great rest of your night or day, depending on where you are. Peace. But yeah, thank you. Just couldn't figure out how to... Alright, take care.